you to what? Better square up. Show those folks who oppose you the tut. That's that king. Now step up in the ring. Wow with the raps. In fact, you can sing, but no matter how you flow, go for the throat. Spotlight hits, think you handle the glow. Who's just beginning? Who's already pro? Ain't just in it, I'm a star of the show. Star of show me what you got, I can spot some talent. You still got squash and you fought so valiant. If I come for some blood, gonna cop a gallon. I came from the mud, I just got some balance. Now who's gonna bring it the most? And who's gonna coast? Who'll get bread and get toasted? Who's getting smoked like a note? And who's gonna ghost? Who'll try rigging the votes? Yeah. Second roll, smoking, got the flow, can hold the notion. Not opposing, nor the notion. I oppose you, rose and host it. Always posted with no focus, go through motions and it's hopeless. If you boasting, then I'm roasting coast to coast. People voting not for you. Y'all see steam when I step up from the booth. 6 feet deep, get my beats from a tomb. And a 6 clean sweep, now a screen, she's a brooms. If you spit means beef, then I'm eating. I'll step up to the plate if you're ready to ball. A couple vets meet the greats, but so many will fall. When your reps on the line could be ending the call. No, y'all keep the rings, I want heads on my wall. There's plaques full of rappers and singers alike. This ain't about clout, it's what you bring to the mic. You can spit it, flow it, sing it, or just wing it and fight. Who is Disney put you singers on ice? Think you the what? Better square up. Show those folks who oppose you the tut. That's that king. Now step up in the ring. Wow with the raps. In fact, you can sing, but no matter how you flow, go for the throat. Spotlight hits, think you handle the glow. Who's just beginning? Who's already pro? Ain't just in it, I'm a star of the show. Star of the show. You're the true, the one. The poet whose soul can move the sun. Let's the weapon, no use for guns. Throw it in the queue, you're done. Rated. Most want players get glazed, claim hatred. Folks be amazed, they ain't paid, it ain't made it. Stole the picture, rap the frame, copy paste, claim they painted. Who's the best in the basement? That's rated. No fame in the moat with these basement raps. Yet I still rock the boat like my wave was cracked. Go glow, there you go, only made a track. Most don't want the smoke, you'll get laid to ash. Dust them, cut from the percussion, lips split from the kick, face chopped like a mutton. Smoke crops and I'm buzzing. The truth is just ducking. This juices be bluffing out my way before it's something like it's nothing. White collar rhymer, every sesh profesh. X knows no less, best invest in checks. Fresh to death, yes, to the nines I'm dressed. Quick flip from the 6, never mind my stress. Shh, the show is starting. Sun's gone down and the ocean's parted. You want one round, then you hope departed. When they bump my sound, gonna go, you think you're the what? Better square up. Show those folks who oppose you the tut. That's that king. Now step up in the ring. Wow with the raps. In fact, you can sing, but no matter how you flow, go for the throat. When the spotlight hits, think you handle the glow. Who's just beginning? Who's already pro? Ain't just in it, I'm a star of the show. You think you're the what? Better square up. Show those folks who oppose you the tut. That's that king. Now step up in the ring. Wow with the raps. In fact, you can sing, but no matter how you flow, go for the throat.
Hey!
Hey,
Bang, bang, bang!
you watched the Wayans Brothers?
Fuck no.
Oh, that was the song on the Wayans Brothers, Bang Bang Bang.
Oh, yeah?
By Pops. Anyway, just black people stuff. I'll save that for another time. Welcome to the Wednesday music review, whatnot, doodad thing that we do here. I'm Dice. I'm here with Bird and Nikki. What's up?
What's up?
It's a weird intro.
Nikki. Still
No,
muted.
you're now there's no sound at all. You're not muted, but there's no sound. And you just sighed.
I don't know if you hear it in your monitor, but I don't hear it.
No, I don't hear anything. Wait, can you hear me, Bird?
I hear you.
Okay. Yeah, Nikki, we can't hear you at all.
I was trying to figure out if she's frozen with her face like that. But no, that's just her thinking face. What's up, Gray Baby? How we do? Cody National. Mr. International. Couple of my favorite songs from this week. Cody National, Nicky Joe, dope.
You like
Hi, Noir.
You like some songs this week in the Square Up competition?
Yes, I fucking did. So for those that don't know, Square Up competition is happening, hosted by my boy Dice. And each week he's just matching random people up, giving them some sort of challenge or prompt, and us little garbage fucks have to make a song out of his crazy machinations. And so far it's going great.
So far, so good. I'm trying to decide what evil concoction of a criteria to do for next round. I have a whole lot of ideas I've already pre-planned. I've just been changing the order of things, mostly after reading everybody complain about things and me being petty and being like, well, fuck you guys and do this one then.
Yeah. Do you want to run them by me first so I can give you some input?
No, I don't. No.
Please?
Top secret. Top secret. Nobody knows until it all goes up.
Garbage. Yeah, my favorite song of the week had to be herself, Nikki Jo. That song was fucking great. If only she could talk. Like fucking Little Mermaid. Lost her voice.
Well, maybe Ursula, sea witch. Yeah, maybe Ursula will come along and make a deal that she can't deny. Get her voice back.
What a crazy lesson for like young girls watching that. Like, oh yeah, you don't need to talk to the prince. Just like show off your long legs, you know? Just be around.
Like, in a strange way, our generation took that advice in The Little Mermaid to heart, and that is why people are how they are on social media. They're like, I don't need to be confident in myself by how I am. Let me just grow some legs and impress people with my looks.
Also why everyone has crabs. Hi, Nikki.
Nope.
Nah, bro.
You got the right audio source selected? Is the 48 power on? I don't know what kind of mic you're using.
That's fucked me up before. Why does the 48 power need to be on? Like, why even have it? You know?
Because the microphone itself, the condenser mic, needs a power source in order to capture the sound. And the power goes.
If I have the Focusrite or the DAW, whatever I'm using, I plug a thing in. It's because I want that thing to work. Why have to press an extra button for that thing to work?
It's the difference between powered speakers and passive speakers, where you can just plug it in and then. All right. See, this conversation is not going anywhere. I'm going to abandon ship.
Fair. Right. Don't use your logic on me, you fucking smarty.
Education? Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
I guess Nikki will just be our silent Vanna White.
Give your ratings on the hands. How many stars? There it is.
All right. What do we do around here? We listen to music, give it a rating, 1 through 10, and then give it some words of affirmation, inspiration, subjugation, and declaration. That's what we do. And Wednesdays are reserved for people who subscribe to us on Twitch, the Discord, and we got a new member on YouTube recently. So shout out to that person.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes. Yeah. What'd you do?
I muted it when we were playing Repo, so the monsters didn't hear me. And I forgot, so sorry. Totally in a different spot. It wasn't muted anywhere else. Not my fault.
Welcome to the show.
Kind of my fault.
There is a crazy echo happening. Do you have headphones?
She muted again.
Forget it. Doesn't matter. We got sound. Let's just take our blessings where we can.
All right. Bird, I believe you had a proposal to start the show out with.
Yeah, Gray Baby reminded me last week, the story of true love, right? And we usually rate some things music-wise. It's usually always music people give to us, but we can rate anything. Literally anything your little heart's desire, we can rate. So for Dice's and Nikki's viewing pleasures, I have submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society, True Love with a Car. So there's a little clip on the Learning channel that I'd love to share with you all and see your rating on Car Love.
Wait, we have to rate it? We're not just watching it?
Yeah, I mean, we always rate things around here.
We should change that policy. some things don't need ratings.
Can you still hear me?
Oh yeah, there it is.
Is it bad?
No, it's great.
Okay, sick.
Perfect.
My name's Nathaniel. I live in a small rural town in Texas. And when you last saw me a decade ago, I was in an intimate relationship with my car chase.
Wait.
Morning, baby.
Morning, baby.
Our handsome man.
Chip.
Love you, baby. It was love at
Just
first
sucking
sight.
up the bugs.
His body and then his interior and everything just together just seemed to fit. And I just
This
felt
is your
an instant
neighbor,
connection.
Dice.
I just
Not my neighbor.
absolutely love Chase. If something were ever to happen to Chase, my heart would just stop. I just have to gather myself here. I'm sorry for all that. Unfortunately, Chase is no longer a part of my life.
What? No, Chip.
I still
Seems like
think about him a
foul
lot.
play.
And it breaks my heart he's not here. I felt like he deserved better. So this is where I keep a lot of Chase's mementos. The bedroom is just a special place, and I felt like that was the perfect place for him, and nice to have him
He
close to
has a
me.
car bed.
I have a question.
Yeah.
It's Pride Month, so I want to make sure that I get this correct. He's referring to Chase as a he. So does this make
Yeah.
this a homosexual relationship, given that it's a vehicle, or is that where does this fall? Is Sunny? Sunny, are you in the
gotta be.
chat? Can you help me out here? Sunny,
Is
help
there
me
is
out.
it
lad.
like automobility? I don't know. Automotive something like when you do
Autophilia.
animals, it's different. Yeah, autophilia,
Yeah, given it's not a living organism,
automophilia, automobilia.
does referring to it as he make it he, and therefore gay?
I think yes, because he's given it pronouns, right? So he's like giving it male pronouns, in love with the male pronouns. I think, yeah, it's homosexual. Just because he's a
Okay.
car doesn't mean he isn't a dude.
Look at that. WCR,
It
inclusive for Pride Month.
The blanket's special to me because it's got a lot is good pictures on it. Just cute stuff like him getting a bath and us together. It's just,
That's explicit. You can't show that.
you look back and you
Yeah.
just don't realize the things you take for granted until
Junk in the trunk.
and so
He's crying. Oh, this brings me so much joy.
The hood's the headboard.
Yeah.
The hood,
I
the
just would change, I
hoodboard.
guess, the way things happened or to try to do something different, I guess, to keep him here in my life.
Don't run into a wall. Chase.
He's not here.
So good. You got a Chase themed birthday cake. That's pretty good.
I still
How
think
much of
about
the cake
Chase
did the car
every day.
eat?
But I moved on. I was looking for new vehicles and found
How quickly they
my
forget.
baby girl online. Pretty good. I love Lex with all my heart. Thank you for all you do for me.
Baby girl. This one sounded more like a straight relationship with a car.
I mean, like, does he just fall in love with any car that just decides to roll on into his driveway? Like, come on.
Yeah, what a car slut, right?
I'm saying.
So, the where do we rate car love? Rating for a man's love for his car.
1.
Is
We
it
should- we
because
should all
it's
know
Pride
less-
Month? Dice, you can't be more supportive.
I'm supportive of whatever he wants to do,
You
but we
should
should
have
all
played Ray's song in the background.
we should all know
So-
less about each other. I don't need to know about his love for his car. He's fine to love his car. He can jerk off on his car, take pictures of his car, wish his car happy birthday. I don't need to know that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ray wrote his song in honor of Chase. It's very sweet. Chase is no longer with us, but Red Car, go vroom after it got the boom boom. Bars. I'd say that this one for me, I think is very sweet. It's a little strange. The funniest part, there is a 12-minute video, which I did show Gray Baby and Jacob. I'll let you guys search that on your own. We have some music to get to. But the funniest part about that, this guy, 10 years ago, when Chase was still a thing, lived with a roommate. Just the beastliest woman you'll ever imagine. Came out and she's like, ew. Just fucking straight up judged this guy. And I was like, I think it's a little weird. And we're like, yeah. How can you live with this person and not be like, hey, Frico, stop fucking the car in our driveway? You know?
Rent's expensive, man.
I don't know.
It's hard out here.
3 for me. Nikki, what'd you think?
I have to stay on a 1. Like, what the fuck? And like I said, another one just comes rolling on it, and he's just like, fuck Chase. I got Lex, baby girl. Get over here. Creepy.
That's true. Yeah, I changed my rating. It's a 1 for me. Not real love.
Ray, you could probably totally sell your song, or at least the hook of it, to TLC for the next follow-up episode.
Don't do that, Ray.
Go fast.
No matter how much thousands or millions of dollars TLC would offer you to play your song in the background of that, don't immortalize your music with that image.
Reminds me of
it's
that.
Just crazy you
episode.
show this the same week, and like, did his song trigger this, or is this just complete coincidence?
We'll never know. I'm pretty sure that triggered his song. I think that it was a memento to Chase. All right.
It's disgusting.
Reminds me of that episode of Friends when Joey gets put on like the HIV commercial or whatever, the billboard, like, you've got AIDS. And he's like, oh, fuck, I can't get a date in New York anymore. Everyone thinks I have AIDS.
So Ray, like, he was showing us this video of a TLC, like, what is it? What was it, like, True Life?
Ray, we just watched it.
My name's Nathaniel.
My Strange Addiction.
This is what we just watched, Ray. This is why you're
He's in love with his red car, and your song was the red car this week, and it's just coincidence, or was it Deber triggering that from that and being like, y'all need to see this? Deber says it was
levels
the other way
this
around.
shit, man. It's fucking levels.
Chicken egg shit, man.
There's no level to this. It's just a man loving his car. What levels are there to this? There's no level, literally. There's one level. Guy loves car.
All right. So I think we're all universally 1. All right. That's a good start to the show.
Exactly, G baby. That's exactly what happened. Literally.
I need more black friends. Kenny, help me out. Noir. I need a show with just me, Kenny, and Noir, so that I can have some like reprieve from this kind of activity.
Rude. I don't think this is race exclusive to enjoy watching people loving on weird shit.
Even the subtitles right now are crazy.
Yeah.
Good morning, baby. We're a handsome man.
Right.
All right. Enough of that.
What?
Yikes.
All right. We're here to listen to some music. First up in the queue for tonight is Cryptic Mitch. I believe he said last time that he has this unreleased album that has several mini songs on it. He played one from it. Looks like this is track 2 off of that. This is Kettle featuring Self Savior.
If you knew what I know, you would carry your grip to the stove. It ain't safe where you go. Even in a rave, we sending you home. Bubbling up with some holy water. Pour it on my enemies to bless them kinda sorta. If you know it already, then you ain't gotta ask. So sick of the shit, I had to double mask. Hot as a kettle, bubbling up with some holy water. Poured on my enemies to bless them, kinda sorta. If you know it already, then you ain't gotta ask. So sick of the shit.
I'm flirting with the devil, beckons me onto her level. All I see is liquid metal, shit is hotter than the kettle. I ain't feeling any better, feeling like it's been forever. Simultaneously never, because time isn't a tether, nah. Try to climb it, looking for the answer. I'ma try to find it, I don't have the answers, no, not in the slightest. This load isn't the lightest, I hear warning buzzers chiming. Guess the signs are showing me that my life is in a crisis. Though I don't like it, I've tried my whole life to fight it. Like a child that's caught by ISIS, yeah, that line wasn't the nicest. Diving into vices, but addiction has its price. And you don't really have to like it, all you have to do is try this. Then you're addicted and the story finished. Now you are a victim and the public looks the other way dismissive. Acquainted with the devil, you can get a free admission. Well, a pocket full of change will leave you dreaming while you're wishing.
Bubbling up with some holy water. Pour it on my enemies to bless them, kinda sorta. If you know it already, then you ain't gotta ask. So sick of the shit, I had to double mask. Hot as a kettle, bubbling up with some holy water. Pour it on my enemies to bless them, kinda sorta. If you know it already, then you ain't gotta ask. So sick of the shit. Hey, if you knew what I know, you would carry your grit to the stove. It ain't safe where you go. Even in a rave, we sending you home. VIP to RIP, you know my face, I don't show ID. You know my face in that SUV. You running like a bitch when that clip starts squeeze. Fire to the kettle so the pot won't freeze. When I turn 23, they call me an OG. Been around for a while, hard not to know me. One feature with me, it costs about a QP. Yo, girl sucking the D for a little OZ. But men, I say nothing, it's something that they told me. Bad gal in my bed, me I control. She grip her by our throat and push her down on her knees. Hot as a kettle, bubbling up with some holy water. Pour it on my enemies to bless them, kinda sorta. If you know it already, then you ain't gotta ask. So sick of the shit, I had to double mask. Hot as a kettle, bubbling up with some holy water. Pour it on my enemies to bless them, kinda sorta. If you know it already, then you ain't gotta ask. So sick of the shit.
All right. That was Kettle by Cryptic Mitch and Self Savior. I feel like there's too much Self Savior on the track. It feels like Self Savior featuring Cryptic Mitch rather than the other way around. Maybe that's by design, but Self Savior had like 2 verses and Cryptic had 1, I guess. Plus he did the hook as well. I feel like there's some parts of Self where he takes a slightly downbeat approach in the middle of his verse or in the middle of a line. Not that it goes off beat, but it just sounds kind of weird. Cryptic's verse feels very rigid in the delivery. I think he did a good job, but something about it just feels very rigid and not relaxed. I don't know. It's not bad. It just feels very like forced. Can't quite put my finger on it. It's an okay track. I give it a 7.
What's up, Dove? Thanks for stopping by. Congrats to your mama passing business school. Mitch, Self Savior. I like this. I think I'd love to hear Mitch rap more. Is my big takeaway. I think that he did a really good job. I know, Dice, you don't like that staccato rapping, like Sadistic. One of my faves. You just can't get past the fact that they have that preciseness. I don't necessarily consider it rigid. I think it's just like there's a certain way to deliver each syllable that irks you.
Maybe rigid isn't the right word. It just feels like it lacks personality because it's just so there's no flavor in it is how, the best way I can like there's no flavor in the way that he's saying the words. He's just saying the words.
Yeah, I think I see what you're saying, but I guess I didn't take issue with it. Maybe it's because of the same skin tribe.
Skin tribe.
For me, it just felt like I liked the flow. I liked the cadence. I liked kind of the concept behind it. On both sides, it felt like some of the writing was a little elementary. Double mask, sick. It is what it is. But the beat was cool. They both crushed it, and I really liked Self's singing. I think the hook was really strong. There was parts in it that just kind of felt a little empty. So I'd say shave off some of the extra space. But overall, I really like this. I'd give it a 8.5.
Yeah, I thought this was cool overall. I know what both you guys are kind of saying about the delivery. I think that Cryptic had a good delivery overall. I think he was, on beat and everything. I think he had a good tone with like a mild gravel, almost like a Baby D Bird voice. Like just almost, but I feel like I can also see where Dice is coming from, because when it is that staccato, it's almost like a forced push stop. Like it's just so slight that it almost feels forced. So you do give up some of the emotion in it, but it's kind of made up by that hit on it too. So it's just how it is, but I didn't mind it. I think that Self Savior sounded good. Definitely his vibe. He always kind of starts to switch up his flow. He's got a good dynamic change ups and variations too. I do feel like I wanted more depth throughout the track too, especially in Self Savior spots. It felt like there was just like a lot of reverb or delay on it, not really layers or anything, and it felt hollow. Like if I were to close my eyes and listen to this, it felt like you guys are standing like in the middle of just like a dark box in my mind. Like it's just, like you're like silence. But it's just like, I want more depth in it. I want it to just feel a little bit more rounded or warm. But I thought that, the vibe and bounce and everything was there. I'm at a 7 for this. So I didn't mind it. I thought that it was good overall. Definitely just a little bit more rounded for me.
Nothing wrong with dark boxes. All right.
Deprivation chamber.
Yeah. Nobody Useful. I listened to this on Sunday, but you all were not here, so I can play this for you all.
Nah, fuck it. Oh. Kidding. Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay. Let me find this real quick. How did I find this shit last time? I don't know. Maybe I spelled it right. That's part of the problem.
Did you try clicking the link?
Well, fine. Fuck it.
Did you blow on it?
All right. Yeah. Hold on.
Take out flow. Put it back in.
I was trying to avoid Spotify, but let me let.
Oh, you don't want to help this man monetize?
No.
What do we do here? What do we do here if not try to help artists get their money up?
Give them
awesome pictures.
We forfeit our monetize.
If you are banking on the one stream from our review show to help your bank account, then you're doing it way, way, way wrong. Way wrong.
I mean, it's a good start.
It's not. It's like 0.3 of a penny. All right, here is Nobody.
Something more than they made before.
Well, given that they've changed the payout rulings of you have to have 1,000 streams on something before they even pay you, it really doesn't help.
So you're saying this helps double the amount.
One step closer.
You guys got to stop the positivity. God damn it.
Further than you were.
Only 999 streams to go.
You got this.
You got it. I do heroin. My girl takes it in the ass from another girl in front of me.
Meine Seele verflucht, noch ein 10 Tattoo. Wieso geht's mir nicht gut? Wieso hasst mich mein Leben?
Why do I feel like this isn't the song that I want to play?
I was making a Requiem for a Dream joke,
Remind me of that Du
but that
Hast.
kind of sounded exactly like what I was singing.
Oh, why did it open up somebody else's song? Hold on. Oh, I think I know why. Hold on.
The mystery of somebody else's song.
Yeah, it's literally not playing his song.
Well, it looks like the algorithm has you pegged.
I think I got it this time.
Just like the guy's girlfriend in Requiem for a Dream. Pegged. There it is. Ray Stan's coming in with some realism. We're all going to die broken alone.
Hold on.
Well, at least I won't be broken.
Staat het spent in vlam. Das zijn exile Simmons. Wäsch die graue Seele rein. All die Freveleien. Mit den Feenstaub.
This isn't the fucking song. All right, let me find this shit somewhere else. I think Spotify changed it where if you don't fucking pay them, it just plays somebody else's shit.
Huh.
They're doing the whole
My
Pandora
Spotify.
thing.
I do a family plan and nobody nobody signs up for.
What?
Just use it for ours.
What?
I gave it, so I like signed up for it. So my old roommate could use Spotify and stuff because it was not that much more. And then she ended up logging into mine, not that one. And then I sent it to my brother, and he never logged into it. And I just realized that. And I'm like, damn, I've been waiting for this family plan.
Wait, do you have the family plan or the duo plan?
It might be the duo. It's the one where you just send them a link. They log in.
Okay, all right. Let's listen to this
know.
track finally. Oh, that was it. All right. It's hard to tell because they just kept playing other people's names at the bottom.
Requiem des Windens kündigt uns ein Ende an. Vom längsten Kampf der verdrängten Angst, alles brennt in Flammen. Das Elixier des Himmels wäscht die graue Seele rein. All die Freveleien werden Feenstaub sein, alles brennt in Flammen. Stärkste Zauberspruch hält nicht, was ich aushalten muss. Ist da draußen auch Luft in der ewigen Nacht? Durch den Nebel Kapitel fließt schwarz. Ich seh mich nicht. Doch sie verfehlen mich gar.
that was Nobody Useful with Requiem. I believe what I told him, just background for y'all, that is him on the vocals. Normally he's a producer, but that was him singing and whatnot on there. I believe my feedback was the part where he had some screams in it earlier. There was like background white noise that stood out to me, but I like the guitar, and yeah, leave it in the hands of you all to give some feedback.
That felt like a stadium track that you'd play like out playing, you know, at a gig. I thought that it was a good fully rounded production. I do feel like the lull part, this is why I kind of said it feels like a stadium track. I feel like the lull parts are a little bit too long, like before the guitar solo comes in and stuff like that. In live, like hearing this live, I could see where that's appealing. You do something, you know, on stage and stuff like that. But for listening like this, I feel like it's just like, I thought it was over. And I feel like I agree with Dice about the mix, the screaming part. There's definitely like some kind of noises and stuff making everything kind of crunchy and just kind of putting this layer and texture on top of everything, which makes it a little bit unpleasant. It does feel like it needs to be, you know, fine-tuned, and it needs to be you know, like really mixed out well, to get rid of that, you know, go through your EQ, everything again. I think that the singing, you have good vocal variance and control, nice to stay notes and everything. I just feel like the structure of it for a listening song like this could be a little bit better, and the mix definitely needs to be redone on a lot of it, but I do feel like, you know, you got a good voice. I'll give it a 7.
Yeah. All right. Shout out Sully for the tip. Get you in here real nice and good. Get you in here. Make sure you get listened to. As far as Mr. Nobody, Mr. Requiem for a Dream, this was pretty cool. I agree with what Nikki was saying. I think, you know, the white noise on the scream parts, just a minor tweak. I did like the screaming. And I also think the vocals were great. You just got to make them a little bit more present and take some of the reverb out of it. But other than that, like, pretty cool track. Really enjoyed the beat. I found myself like imagining little rappy raps I could do over it. So I'm gonna give it an 8.
Word. All right, we got a tip from Sully.
Featuring Sucky and Goom.
Pancake Attack.
Love that. You ever been attacked by pancakes, Nikki?
Trying to flip them.
Yeah. Smack yourself in the face with it. If anyone could do it, it would be you, I'm sure.
I've had it where once I got stuck.
Stuck where?
On the pan. I was trying to flip it. And you should see my grilled cheese flip too. That's spot on though. It's a little more weighted. A little easier.
Why don't you just... Never mind. All right, here's Pancake Attack.
I like to have fun. And I make Mickey Mouse pancakes.
Okay. Here's Flunt the Goat. Pancake Attack featuring Sucky and Goom.
Made it in the last hour.
I ain't finna tell y'all how I got away with this shit.
Ooh, wait a minute, yeah. Her ass is flat, but it's round when she's sitting. Yeah. Ooh, like A4 paper. That's the format. The only curve is that sound wave on that paper. I got fine shit in the bag. She got what? No cake in the bag. I want, pancakes for a snack. I wanna. What you wanna do? Give it a little smack.
She got pancakes, flat pancakes. She got pancakes, put it on my face. She got flat pancakes, flat pancakes. She got pancakes, put it on my face. Yeah. She got pancakes, flat pancakes. She got pancakes, put it on my face. She got pancakes, flat pancakes. She got pancakes, put it on my face.
Yeah. Put some maple syrup on and make it sticky. Or some honey, baby. I ain't picky. I need some butter for the lubricant. Take my glasses off. I see duplicate. You're my world, baby. That shit is flat. Breakfast in bed, pancake attack. She make it twerk. That's a paper frame. She make it twerk. She put me in a trance. I got fine shit in the bag. She got what? No cake in the bag. I want pancakes for a snack. I wanna. What you wanna do? Give it a little smack.
Halfway there.
Hey, girl, get on up, maybe twirl like a mixer, mixing batter, then it sizzles like a grill. Hey, flour butter chill. Careful there, baby, gonna make me wanna spill. Cause you're real damn crazy. Let's make it real hazy. Let's sneak off, don't get lazy. Put the bacon in the batter to make it real tasty. And when we done eating, we can have a few drinks. Wake up in the morning just to rinse and repeat. Oh, I'm down on all these pancakes to waste my time. When do I get full? It's like they're here to remind. Cooking up some pancakes to get my fix.
Beats are like stop signs. Suggestions.
My favorite dish.
I don't need to follow them at all.
Flat pancakes, she got pancakes, put it on my face. She got fat pancakes, flat pancakes, she got pancakes, put it on my face. Yeah, she got pancakes, flat pancakes, she got pancakes, put it on my face. She got pancakes, flat pancakes, she got pancakes, put it on my face. Alright, man, y'all ain't ready for this one, man. We're gonna have to give
I
it
bet
to
you
them
we
straight.
are.
Yes, sir. Y'all already know what it is. Don't hold me back now. Alright,
Birdcage.
let's get it. She got a flat ass like paradise, with the head of lights. She gon' make some rice. She gon' lick it nice. She be bald like passive, but sounding like an iron mic. Told her make a power twerk, but damn, she can shake it like she not fat. Shake it like where you at? Shake it like where's it at? Shake it like damn that flat. Shake it like shake your ass. Shake it like damn that flat. Shake it like give me pancakes. Shake it like make it less. She got pancakes, flat pancakes, she got pancakes, put it on my face. She got fat pancakes, flat pancakes, she got pancakes, put it on my face. Yeah, she got pancakes, flat pancakes, she got pancakes, put it on my face. She got pancakes, flat pancakes, she got pancakes, put it on my face.
All right, that was Flunt the Goat. Pancake Attack featuring Sucky, Goom, and surprise feature from Birdcage.
Pancakes they're talking about, those are flat asses or like flat titties?
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Is this about A-Marie? I know that on Twitter, Areola's was trending because she had a see-through shirt at the BET Awards, and everybody started talking about pancakes because her
No, A-Marie had pancake nipples.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Yeah, is this about the posterior or the posterior? This is a breakfast song. Don't make it inappropriate. All right, apologies. This is about pancakes, literally, D-Bird, to answer your question. Does that change your view on the track?
Do you eat in the front of the house or the back of the house for breakfast?
Both.
Here's where I'm at.
And it's about
I think it's fun. I like the picture. I think there were technical limitations for several of the verses that kind of took it away from being fun and made it more of a chore to listen to. I think specifically, what was it, the second verse, where it was just like, oh, you're just not on the beat. Like the beat's doing one thing, you're doing another. And, you know, again, it comes with time, but yeah, just completely ignoring what was happening with the beat kind of made it jarring to listen to. I also think that the chorus, as fun as it is very simple. There is no fucking way in hell it needs to be more than 2 times. Like you can repeat it twice. By the third and the fourth repetition, you're like, fucking, where is my gun? I don't have a gun. Deliver a gun to my fucking house so I can end the madness. That being said, fun. I think you guys, for a collaboration put together within an hour, I think there's something there. Please go back and refine it. and I think it could be one of those fun kind of meme tracks, but you just got to tighten up some of the verses. 6.
It's kind of where I'm at too. I feel like I could see where this could be, you know, a bop and fun and people listening to it and like little breakfast bitches making it their anthem. But I feel like it needs a better mix on it. It needs to be tightened up. I agree with D-Bird with everything that he basically said. You know, some of it's offbeat. I need to definitely tighten up throughout it. And then also more variation. Like, I feel like the hook should be more exciting than what it is. Like, this should be something that makes you bop around. So add some more depth to it, you know, fun ad libs, stuff like that. Make it exciting. It doesn't feel like it's exciting to listen to, but I feel like that's the intention here, to make it this, you know, fun track. So I would definitely go back through. Then you said Paradise and Passive in it. I was really confused. What was that was Birdcage at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Anyways. But yeah, I meant a 6 too.
Yeah, Sucky, his verse is totally offbeat. Maybe that's just a timing thing of you guys trying to rush this out and misaligning it. Not sure what happened there, but seems like it's easily fixable. I would suggest that if you're going to leave the hook as is, all the energy in this track was in the last verse for Birdcage. Birdcage should probably do the hook because he had more energy than everybody else as far as what the song was calling for. But I can understand as a surprise feature, you would save that for last because it's unannounced and it brings in the wow factor. But you have to hope that people.
Now we all know.
He was the hook.
Hey, hey, girl, put the bacon, repeat, fix. My favorite dish.
Put it on my face. She got fat pancakes, flat pancakes. She got pancakes. Put it.
You need ad libs like cakes. You need stuff like going. Just it needs to be more exciting.
Something about his hook delivery just fell short. It doesn't feel like energetic as his verse. My guess is that I don't know. He just was more energetic in his verse than he was in the hook. Maybe he just needs to re-record the hook, but also it probably needs another layer or so. Solely, my feedback for you would be that you have a very deep voice, and you should be modeling your mixing after other deep, iconic voices like Notorious B.I.G. or Shine. Like, you need to make sure that your voice is clear on top of drum heavy tracks like this. I think a lot of times, like, the frequency of your voice kind of blends into drums, the louder the drums are. So you got to make sure that there's clarity in your vocals so that you don't get not washed away, but it just feels like it's in the same sonic range. I think that was my biggest struggle with your vocals was it just felt too deep in the EQ. So I would say work on that. But yeah, I think if Birdcage is the hook and it's supposed to be unreleased, the verse got stolen. That's between y'all. That's a personal problem that has nothing to do with us. And I pray for your safety and return to your hard drive. I'll give it a 6.
Yikes.
All right, get it back though. Go back through.
T.
Man, it was really hard to find Amerie's areolas. And for what it's worth, I don't think they're so crazy.
Yeah, I didn't think they were crazy either. How do you feel about the Amerie rollout? She did a tiny desk. She had her areolas and nipples exposed, and then she filed for divorce. 3-day banger.
I think that's a great way to stay in the news. Yeah.
There you go.
Legend. Who was she married to, even?
I don't recall the gentleman's name, but they were together for 19 years.
If you're getting a divorce, definitely show off the nips. Yeah.
Hey, I think it all adds up now. She's outside, and there's a reason why.
Lenny Nicholson, who served as her manager for a period of time.
There you go.
Grooming, allegedly. I don't know anything about the situation, but that's my hot take.
All right, we got a tip from T. Who is T?
David Dove says
Sweet tea.
What?
Sweet tea.
Sweet tea?
Dove says it's their tip.
Dove.
Oh, okay. I see it now. Let's see.
The
Hold
tea
on.
bird.
I got it. All right. Are we playing both of these? What am I playing here? I've got For the Night and The Other Side. We playing these back to back for your $10 tip?
Seems reasonable.
Okay.
Let's get it.
All right. Here is The Fallen Dove with, looks like a single, two song single, For the Night and The Other Side. Let's press play.
Slicer.
Only for the night, say you love me one time, enemy, but I'm fine, cause it was just one fight. Lady coldness, strike out, watch your hate bite. Only for the night, only for the night, only for the night, say you love me one time, enemy, but I'm fine, cause it was just one fight. Lady coldness, strike out, watch your hate bite. Only for the night, only for the night. I ain't trippin', baby, get you trippin', baby, I still way too wavy. Say I love you, I'm crazy, love, I'm hazy. Hate when you face me, it should've phased me, so I stay blazing. Only for the night, I'm trippin' tonight. These drugs bring light, they're my only lifeline, they're my only lifeline, but they make me die. You hate when I cry, feel like I gotta lie. Hey, I want you afraid, know you want to. He tucking on you, knockouts front 2 feet, dance with a 1-2, no passion when I touch you. It hurts when I fuck you, cause you won't love to. How could I trust you, but it's just you. I'm scared of puff too, it might disgust you. I fell for drugs too, hope I haunt you. My pain taunt you, now you're gone too. Light a little song, smoke till I go down my way for a real back to the shit. See, I don't wanna feel risk my misery, no point in teaching me. I don't have them reaching me. You on my high, baby, just let me die, baby. You on my nights, baby, say those lies, baby. You on my high, baby, just let me die, baby. You on my nights, baby, say those lies, baby. Only for the night, say love me one time, enemy, but I'm fine, cause it was just one fight. Lady coldness, strike out, watch your hate bite. Only for the night, only for the night, only for the night, say you love me one time, enemy, but I'm fine, cause it was just one fight. Lady coldness, strike out, watch your hate bite. Only for the night, only for the night.
All right, that one was For the Night. I believe you had us listen to this on a previous show, and listening to it again, I would say like the doubles is what really kills this track, is because you're at a different tone and also the timing is off. So it just feels like it's a sloppy performance. And if you just had a main lead vocal and on the hook, it was more aligned and in the same tone, it would sound a lot more polished. I like that there's not an overabundance of effects, but on a second listen, it definitely feels sloppy with the doubles on it. I'll still give it a 5 just because I can at least hear you, but I would also say the flow just feels kind of rushed on it. Just a lot of words thrown at you with the doubles makes it feel rushed. It probably isn't rushed without those doubles.
I'll double that. The doubles were insane, man. The doubles were absolutely insane because they were the same volume, but yet different key, different timing. God damn it. I think you still are struggling with that single tonality. Like you still deliver everything in the same tone, which makes it sound unnatural. But I did hear hints of you experimenting with like, oh, like in the hook, let's go higher for one of these words, and then go back to the fucking same register that we've been saying stuff at. So I think that we maybe heard this, and this could be like a different iteration, like a different attempt. I'd say keep working on it. The easiest fix is just to take off that loud layer of doubles and only do a layer of emphasis words. And again, make sure that those are on time before actually putting that out to release. It still feels like a little bit of growth. I'll give it a 5.
Yeah, I'm kind of at the same point. I feel like all your layers are way too high. Definitely, go back through and, turn them down, pan one left, pan one right. Only keep one main up and present and make sure that it's your best one. The other ones are for padding, to give that variation and emphasis, better emphasis, enunciations and such throughout it. It'll just help with the variation better to have your layers properly set, and with the padding of it, because it still does feel like it's a stiff delivery, and definitely still needs a little bit of work, but I can definitely see where you've also grown. I'm at a 5.5. But definitely start with bringing the layers down. Chill, man.
All right, and here's the other track called The Other Side. Dove is not from Japan. I don't know where you drew that conclusion.
Sometimes I don't like the view from halfway off the ground. I thought I could promise you that my life would turn around. I just want my death to be slowly life mother gave to me. For the light in this barrel to reach my purpose finally. Back to when I was young, now I'm older and gone. Now I wanna be hung just for some reminisce off the mountain. Let me be found, let those motherfuckers know I'm inbound. Sing my bird sounds turn around for you eventually. Back to when I was young, now I'm older and
only if it's D-Bird shit on a
hung just for some reminisce, but I wanna live in bliss. Pleasure from a kiss, I can show you how, baby, just like this. Heal my trauma, baby, deal with that drama. Maybe my eyes halfway closed, trying to find you in the state. In this endless party of hoes, always clouding my brain. No, you won't save me, but shit, I sure can hope. Birds cool ground soon, sober up around noon, but I return to euphoria like it was nice knowing ya. Feel pain from this wound, I wish that was true. I'm not a monster, but I lash out at truths. Back to when I was young, now I'm older and gone. Now I wanna be hung just for some reminisce off the mountain. Let me be found, let those motherfuckers know I'm inbound. Sing my bird sounds turn around for you eventually. Back to when I was young, now I'm older and
what
gone.
Up, nephew,
now I
for
wanna
real?
be hung just for some reminisce, but I wanna live in bliss. Pleasure from a kiss, I can show you how, baby, just like this. My eyes are hollow, turning back to the bottle, and I'ma make you follow, cause I don't wanna wallow alone. So come into my home, grab a glass, sip it slow, then enjoy the fucking chills. I pass out and down the snow. My heart pumps ice now, waiting on my device. Ouch for a text like it's my advice. Wow, I promise I can be nice out. I can show you, I can show you, I can show you, baby.
Thanks,
Baby, let me show you. I reside with my thoughts in my room, my door locked, foaming at the mouth, but I feel so warm. Baby, give my door a knock, wake me up, rattle the doorknob. I'm shaking this cup of vodka syrup, vodka syrup. I'ma mix it up, fucking syrup. I'ma mix it up. Time don't exist anymore. Tryna find what's in store. I'm on my own, tryna go on home. Back to when I was young, now I'm older and gone. Now I wanna be hung just for some reminisce off the mountain. Let me be found, let those motherfuckers know I'm inbound. Sing my bird sounds turn around for you eventually. Back to when I was young, now I'm older and gone. Now I wanna be hung just for some reminisce, but I wanna live in bliss. Pleasure
pleasure from a kiss. I can show you how, baby, just like this.
All right, that was The Other Side by Fallen Love. I believe me and Bird have heard that as well. And the feedback that I had on this one is you kind of went back to the sing-songy voice again. There were moments of like promise in this, and then there was moments of you just kind of doing the same thing that you've always done with the same flat line delivery. Like I said last time, the first couple of lines of that hook, you hit some really good tones, and then you kind of just meandered somewhere else by changing the rhyme scheme to reminisce and bliss and all the other stuff. And it kind of killed the motion that you accumulated for yourself. And then the verses were just kind of all over the place. And then you went back to that sing-songy voice instead of your natural voice. Like, I think really the bottom line is just talk normal. Like, don't try to do the sing-songy voice. Don't try to whisper. Like, just say your words the way that your voice sounds in a regular conversation. I'd give this one a 4.
Here's the craziest part to me. I actually don't remember listening to this with you, so maybe this is either my bad memory or maybe you're on your own for this. I don't know. But for me, it felt like the first time I heard this. And the craziest part to me is you have the main in the chorus, which sounds good. And then you have backing vocals, which also sound good. There's like, some harmonizing things where you're actually hitting different notes. I'm like, oh, you can do other tones. Boom, there it is. Fucking nuts. But then at the same time, you have an entire other layer on top of the main, which ruins everything. Just fucking clashes everything. I don't understand. What makes you think that you need another exactly the same loudness layer to double up? It doesn't make sense because it was perfect. You had the tones in the melody for the chorus. You had the backing harmonies. It was like, boom. And sure, maybe do some emphasizing words for a second layer, but stop with the double layers clashing over each other, time-wise, tone-wise, everything. It's clashing. And that's what confuses me when we hear it, because it's like, well, didn't you hear this? You didn't hear that it was off time? Or did you, and you just wanted to fuck with us? I don't know. But that's how it comes across, is like, it feels like an easy fix, especially for this one. I think this one's, like Dice said, had some moments in here that were really, really good. And that's what I want to see more of. But also, like, once the second verse hit, you were kind of running out of breath and you were doing that one tone thing that you do again. Like Dice said, the easiest way to put it is just, you got to speak normal. Just do it in a normal voice. And I think that the technical stuff is easy fixes. Stop doing double layers for everything and having it clash. I'm still going to give it a 5.3 because I liked it more than the last one. And there was moments in here that I think you can build off of.
Yeah. And so many less words. Yes. I agree. I feel like the layers is the first thing immediately. I'm like, damn it, the layers are high again. What the fuck? And I wrote it down. And I mean it like totally respectfully and all care and wanting your music to sound better in my ears too. So I feel like some parts that you are delivering, and I think that it is that second like rogue layer that just kind of does its own thing. It's like it's just not lined up perfectly, and because it's this almost the slightest non-slightest difference, it makes it very jarring to listen to when it's the same level, especially if it was, like I said, pan set back, like you can't tell if it's off a little bit. It makes it feel a little bit more human, but not off like full. Make sure that you're hitting on the parts. But it does feel like at some parts your beat is just like in one place and it's just like doing its thing, especially towards the end. And then you have these layers just kind of doing their own thing too. And then there's some crossroads and sections. Like it's not terrible. I just feel like it needs to be lined up better. It needs to be structured better. And I do think that your layers definitely need to be adjusted. But yeah, it needs to be a little bit more varied too. It's just like the sway and the loopy. I would say this is going to be like a 5 for me. It's not terrible. I just feel like things just need to be like a picture that fell off the wall and the inside of the frame just slightly off, and you just need to like hit the side of it a little bit, hit this a little bit, put it back on the fucking wall, and you got it. You're so close.
DV, shout out, brother. Thank you for the support, my friend. Anybody who is anybody is rocking D-Bird shit, and it's because you're with the movement, baby. Love it.
Yeah, you need to make sure it is the same cadence and flow. It's one of the hardest things that I have to do too, because my brain's like, let's do this. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I got to do the same thing over. Otherwise, it sounds like ass. So, yeah.
It comes so natural to me now that I kind of forget, we say like, just do a layer of dubs. And we talked about this last time where it's like, maybe not everyone knows what we're talking about. I think it would make a lot of sense, Dice, to like record a video if you could of like all the layers you put in your shit. I think especially with you, not only do you do the double layers, but sometimes you have those harmonizing hums that you do. So having like a quick, 2-minute video where you could like showcase the screen, what it looks like, and like how you approach the recording of it, I think could be really helpful. Especially after listening to all these fucking songs this week where I'm like, where is the extra layers? Nobody's doing any layers other than like Casanova and Lil Swiss.
Like when I record a shit ton of layers, but I try to get at least 3 that are exactly the same. It has to be at least 3 because you need a main, and then I do them for background left and background right, set back, panned, like set back, like way the fuck down below just for some padding. And sometimes I'll do a very soft layer to try to, my voice can be harsh. I have a lower register, so my voice can be really harsh sometimes and it cracks. But
I feel like
the thing
that people struggle with in doubles is they either overuse it and they put it in their whole track, their verses and their hooks, or they just don't know how to time it, which is probably more likely a latency issue with their computer than them just being off, unless you just really are tone deaf. When I do hooks, I do 4 layers. I do 1 left and right lead and then another layer underneath it, unless I'm doing more singing, like it calls for it, then I'll do 8 layers or more. So 1 layer's pan 35% left, 1 right, and then the layer underneath that is 50 left, 50 right, just at a way lower decibel volume. So yeah, I mean, I'll put something together.
And that's the extreme. Like I literally, for my verses, I have 1 main, and then I have me recording another layer where I just say the ending words or the internal rhymes. Like I'm literally like, way, day, way, like that's it for the under. And then, yeah, on like hooks, more sing-songy, melodic, yeah, there'll be like, 4 to 8 layers just to get different full-bodied sounds. But it doesn't even have to be as crazy as Dice described. It could be literally, here's my main and here's the emphasizing words.
Right.
Yeah, and
50 layers at 47 are quiet.
Ray does 3 takes, and then you have to just figure out what you can use from it.
I use a template that Jacob gave me on Ableton, so I follow that. And then there's spots for like airy dubs and stuff like that, and I record the entire thing beginning to end, so then my engineer can decide what they want to keep, what they don't want to keep. If I do,
you defer all the work to him.
Well, I'm not. I think that it sounds fine with layers on a dubs through. With my vocal, I think that it's necessary. Otherwise, it sounds hollow.
I mean, Fallen Dove and anybody else who's probably newer in their journey, I've said this a couple times in the last couple months, but you mentioned that you need somebody working with you one-on-one. one thing that I've mentioned is that probably everybody at some point in their recording life should actually step foot in an actual studio and work like face to face with an engineer and have somebody like verbally tell you as you're recording, like, do this differently. I know there's a lot of technology now to just do things virtual, and people, it's cheaper to just jump on a Discord call and just record a session. But the same thing goes for like just being there in person. And even if you're not there to record your song, watching another artist who is more experienced, like just jump in the booth and say, all right, here's my lead. All right, here's the hook. Go through a song in like a 15-20 minute process, but something that usually would take you an hour is a learning experience. And you can try all you want sitting in your room recording it, but you're not going to recreate that experience. So I'm not saying jump out and do it tomorrow, but save up some money and like make that a goal for the years. Like, I'm going to book a 2-hour session, or ask a studio like, hey, can I come up there and just kind of like learn some shit and like watch a session that somebody has booked. I don't know, but also it's part of networking where you can like learn those things. But yeah, I mean, you can jump in
Discord.
I've learned
more in person with you guys than anywhere, but I've never actually been in a studio. I've been in like the studios in people's houses.
Yeah, so I mean, I would suggest that, but I got some recording to do, so I'll maybe not record myself recording, but I'll show what my sessions actually look like. I don't use any templates. I just kind of all I have is like, here's my tracks, and then I just drop shit in it, and then I start from there. So I'll put something together because I know a lot of people use Ableton or other stuff. I'll try to put something that looks somewhat like what everybody else is doing, and then share it.
Yeah, and we were talking about doing some quick little videos for subscribers. We might expand that out to some one-on-one sessions. We'll see. Stay tuned.
Yeah, if you want to pay me $50, if you want to pay me $50 for like an hour or two, I did that with AWOL when AWOL first joined the server. Like, he paid me $50 and we spent a couple hours, and I just walked through my process with him. And then he never spoke to me again.
Yeah, see, you are doing better by trying different beats and doing less auto-tune. We have not commented on that at all. We haven't been like, this beat's, doesn't fit your vocal, or we haven't been like, you need to fix the tune on it and stuff. So there's different things you didn't get docked for that, this 5 or, 6 might have been like a 3 if you had those heavy on there still, I'm just saying, where a 3 could have been a 1. So there's definitely that. I think that's definitely progress.
All right, we had a few tips come in from Nephew For Real, Birdcage, and then DV with the Hunter. Also bought some merch. Shout out to all those folks.
He's right. Can't let your fear drive you.
Yeah, let your fear drive you. That's the easiest way to learn.
Don't let your fear drive you. No.
No, lean into the fear. If you walk into it thinking that you're like super confident and you have nothing to learn, then you don't learn anything. Being fearful is a good thing.
You can do both.
I told Ray jokingly one time, like, there was no better learning experience for me as an engineer sitting there when Slim Thug is yelling at you, turn my fucking headphones up so I can record my verse. And I'm in front of a mixing console, like trying to remember which one of the knobs was for the fucking headphone in the booth. Like, I had to learn in that instant. So the fear made me remember the knob's right here. Don't forget that part.
But it didn't freeze you.
Oh yeah, it froze me. Somebody had to lean over and say, right.
Slim Thug is hilarious because, like, he can never gain weight. You know what I mean? Like, you know how, like, rappers still fucking record into their 50s? Like, have you seen Manny Fresh lately? Like, I don't know what Slim Thug looks like at 50, but motherfucker
he's lost a lot of weight since I last saw him.
Manny Fresh? Or Slim Thug?
Slim Thug. He's actually skinnier now than he was. Shit, I guess that was 15 years ago.
I'm just saying, like, that's a lot to live up to. And, aging bodies, you make some money. Maybe you don't go into the gym as often. Next thing you know, it's like, oh, Slim Thug, not anymore. Like, that's fucked.
Hey, man, gotta adapt.
I'm not here to judge.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
All
Only, man on car love. That's what I judge.
Nate 420. Who did you send a message to? I didn't see any messages.
Nate 420 sent me a message.
Oh, you got it? Okay. All right. Then Bird, you handle that shit. Next up, Nephew for Real. This is called You Sure. What up, Phantom?
Phantom Lee!
Been a while since you told me good morning, that I'm important. You sure? Been a while since you told me good morning, that I'm important. You sure? It's been a while since you talked to me. Been a while since you sat down and ate with me. It's been a while since I had your company. Been a while, can you jog my memory? I'm at a time, it's the last time seeing me. Morning, that I'm important. You sure? Been a while since you told me good morning, that I'm important. You sure? It's like I'm walking on thin ice and then I got on skates. I'm only here for just one night and now she wanna date. Sometimes I tell her that I might, sometimes I say I can't. I never told the girl I loved her, get it out your brain. But somehow I'm never here on time, but then I'm never late. Morning, that I'm important. You sure? Been a while since you told me good morning, that I'm important. You sure? There's so much shit, I'm out of time and it's on my brain. There's so much shit that's on my mind that I cannot say. There's so much shit that's been around, get it out my way. How they try to break us down, but we cannot change. I would never run a mile just to see a face. There's so much shit that's on my mind that I cannot say. There's so much shit that's been around, get it out my way. How they try to break us down, but we cannot change. I would never run a mile just to see a face. Morning, that I'm important. You sure? Been a while since you told me good morning, that I'm important. You sure? Been a while since you told me good morning, that I'm important. You sure? Been a while since you told me good morning, that I'm important. You sure?
All right, that was You Sure by Nephew. Nephew for Real. Shout out, Nephew.
Damn, Nephew! I love this. I think this was cool as shit. I will say, admittedly, this probably isn't the normal, like, if I was just cruising Spotify, something I would go out and search. This isn't like my normal type of music, but it's so fun. Firehook. That's kind of what I was talking about for the emphasis words, right? Good morning. Like you could hear the other layers strengthening that part, and he had the tone and the timing, and it was perfect to kind of give that punchiness, right? So fun. I think that the verses like worked perfectly for the song. There were parts where I was a little just thrown off by how much you were kind of leaning into, like, you know, saying like this shit. It just felt a little repetitive. Like if you were to look at it all written down, at the same time with the energy and with the delivery, like it kind of fit with the beat. But I would just say in general, you know, I don't know if this was a freestyle or if this was like, you know, something you wrote out. It's just the one thing I kind of noticed. The lyrics felt a little bit like they could be a little more creative. Same time, fun song. 9. Solid 9.
I thought this was super catchy, super vibey. It feels modern, but it doesn't feel like so modern that only a select group of people would appreciate it. So I like that it's a open-ended track that, you know, if you listen to and you pay attention to some of the things that you're saying, that it all makes sense and it adds up. And I think you knocked the delivery out of the park. The mix sounds cool. I think it's a good track. I give it a 8.5.
Yeah, I thought that it was overall good. I thought that you had a good flow. It was, poppy. I felt like it was very air hip hoppy, and the hook was very mainstream. Like it felt like I could hear it on the radio. I felt like the snares sounded weird to me. Like maybe they were mixed weird. Maybe modulated a little bit much. But I do feel like, the reverb and the echo that I heard throughout it, I thought that it was good. Maybe it could be turned down a little bit, but overall it sounded like a good track and it was vibey. I'm going to give this 7.8.
All right. Next up, Birdcage with a tip. And then after that, DV with the 100-footer dropped off a boatload of shit for the very large merch order that he just placed. Shout out to DV.
Boatloads.
Birdcage did a little listening party last night that I unfortunately couldn't attend, but he said that this one was resonating with the fans. So here is Back.
Do you miss me? You wish. I've been busy. Y'all gonna need another trendy motherfucker talking shit. Do you miss me? You wish. I've been busy. Working harder than your standard feature artist on your list. Yeah, I'm back. Birdcage on the scene. Red pigeon smoking beatbacks. Was burning, I was detached. And that's in y'all for feedback. And cooking, cutting shit. If these fuckers ain't gonna eat that, but took a lot of pain. I decided to let it cut off. Here come a growth and little sentiment. Respecting my peers for putting work into this sediment. He going crazy, but there's the cost for being better than the most person praise. Cause episode is on the time I'm at. Fuck do you mean? Now you directed, you subliminal. Misunderstand this can't reflect on your provisionals. Ain't it funny? No second chances for the pivotal. Only the church will give you what these other people want. Do you miss me? You wish. I've been busy. Y'all gonna need another trendy motherfucker talking shit. Do you miss me? You wish. I've been busy. Working harder than your standard feature artist on your list. Do you miss me? You wish. I've been busy. Y'all gonna need another trendy motherfucker talking shit. Do you miss me? You wish. I've been busy. Working harder than your standard feature artist on your list. B-Pack on a relapse, running good laps in a row. Not the one on my aesthetics, but this claim come with a code. Running out of hours, losing mine is running up my phone. Let me dumb it down, that's mean industry want me to do some more. I'm too complex, baby, that's a word scale, baby. I'm a yellow too spitting up the black. Y'all heading, y'all can take this pickle, make it last long, baby. I've been floss out rappers, so we stable lately. If they got the scope, then I am the lens. Slide out the door, my platform the land. They want me erased, but I got intent. See, I just exist cause I'm who I am. Do you miss me? You wish. I've been busy. Y'all gonna need another trendy motherfucker talking shit. Do you miss me? You wish. I've been busy. Working harder than your standard feature artist on your list. Do you miss me? You wish. I've been busy. Y'all gonna need another trendy motherfucker talking shit. Do you miss me? You wish. I've been busy. Working harder than your standard feature artist on your list.
All right, that was Back by Birdcage from part 2, Crash Out season. Thought that was cool. I like the flow. I like the flavor in your delivery. You got a very good style. This is already released, so I'm gonna kind of just tailor my words to something maybe more future thinking. The only thing I would say about this is the ad libs on the hook are a lot louder than the hook itself. The you wish and all that stuff, it was very loud in comparison. So then my future thinking feedback was, I don't know if this is necessarily mastered. So either I would say you need to master your tracks or use a second compressor, because your voice sounds good in the mix and everything, but it could definitely be more on top of the beat and more clear. So you could either do that with a another compression or in the mastering stage. But something needs to bring out a little bit more pop in your vocals. They're resting very nicely, I would say, in the mix, and it's easy to listen to, but it would go a long way if I could like hear you separate it from the beat just a smidgen. But I like this track a lot. I give it an 8.5.
Funny, I was kind of thinking the same thing. Like the vocals, I was like, it's not the delivery. Like he's doing a good job. Like his style is fun. He's got a charisma, but there's something off about the way the vocals sound, and I think it is just a mix thing. Like, I think I found myself feeling like the quality of the vocals just felt a little muddy. Like, you hear this like kind of lower undertone of like muddiness. So I don't know if that's quality. I don't know if it's mix. Like Dice said, I was just imagining more presence over the beat, and I felt like it would have gone a long way. The only other thing I would say as far as criticisms of the beat was the beat itself in the hook. It kind of felt like it lost a lot of the energy, right? Like the almost felt like some weird garage Fruity Loop beat that maybe somebody in the Discord made. You're like, yep. And, it's one of those things where I wasn't feeling the beat part of the hook, but I think you kind of made it work anyways. Other than that, cool flow, cool style. I enjoyed the track as well. I'm at a 7.5.
Yeah, I thought that this was a fun little bop. I thought it was a fun beat. Overall, bouncy, boppy. I think that you had a good flow throughout it. I think that it had a good mix overall. I do think that your inflections and stuff are what kind of kept this as entertaining, was actually just your flow and the cadence more so than the beat. And they kind of played into it. I agree that there were certain parts where I feel like your vocal could have been separated, but towards the end, like the second half of it, I felt like I was actually getting like a little bit on your high end, because I was hearing some plosives and some like sibilances where I was hearing almost how you could hear your tongue hit the roof of your mouth. And I don't know if that's just being closer to the mic, in those certain parts, because there were some of the hyper parts, so definitely want to go back through and kind of mix everything a little bit more cohesively throughout it. But I think that, even your ad libs and everything sounded good. Yeah, definitely want to just go work on the voice a little bit more. I'm at a 7. I think this is really good. Well, you just released this. Shit. You already released this. But yeah, I'm at a 7 for this. I thought that it was good. I think that maybe a 7.5, but yeah, just certain things in the mix, damn it. I wish I could have given you notes before you released it too, even though you might not even have changed it, but meh. I liked it. I thought it was.
What up, Doc Did It? And what up, YPG?
What's up, YPG? Hope you're good.
I hope many, many, many semi-horrible things happen to you for missing out on the Square Up League. Respectfully.
You should have a substitution ring where people can get pulled from like a sub pool.
I've already swapped them out, but unfortunately the way the bot works, subs would have had to sign up before, so it's forcing me to do a lot of manual work. Therefore, I hate you, YPG.
I'm sorry you're getting picture from paradise.
I know that ain't what I think it is.
All right, we got a big tipper DV with the Hanafuda who has dropped off
what's up, Doc?
Several tracks. Let's see, Mr. Hanafuda, Bully Me, Hometown Reminiscing, and To the Moon. We still have we got a new subscriber, Doc. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the community. Got a couple other new followers, so welcome everybody. So we're going through our subscribers, do our subscribers on Wednesdays. Doc, you submit by going into the Discord. Do this here. Hold on one second. Let me find this window. So on Discord, if you link your Twitch account to your Discord account, it'll automatically unlock the subscriber queue for you. Or if not, you can't get it to work or whatever, just let me know. You can drop it in the Sunday channel here called Free Feedback Sundays, and then we'll listen to it. What else did I miss? What else? Anybody else tip? Nobody else?
Why is YPG in London?
Huh? What?
Why is YPG in London?
I don't know.
Birdcage.
Why is YPG in London?
Cage bird.
Okay. Cool. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. DV's got a whole bunch of tracks. I'm going to mix that in between some of this other upcoming stuff. So we'll play one from DV. Then I'll get Doc in here. And then let's see what else we got. We got Noir and Kenny. So I'm going to alternate DV's tracks. So every other track will be one from DV with the Hunter Footer. And we'll get some folks in here.
And if you are new and dropping stuff, make sure you put what you're looking for out of feedback, what it is, if it's something like specific that we might not be able to discern, because we want to make sure we give you appropriate feedback that you can actually learn from and use.
Word.
And
all
network.
Right. First up, here's Mr. Hunter Footer.
Hey. On the scene is Mr. Hanafuda when you see me. I like my girl slim, thick, ice spice titties. Play your cards right, you might just go major league. Sit back and listen, I'ma tell you just what I need. I want the paper girl, same color, collard greens. I like my bass loud, earthquake, cause a scene. Georgia boy, so I knock if you bug. 12 coming, I do not give a fuck. Big bucks that look like Giannis in the cut. Was dormant just like volcanoes, but you know they gonna erupt. That nigga down bad, someone pick him up. That's what happens when you try and play with us. At least scores over here, that's a must. All the homies got ghosts, what the fuck? Hey DV, we haven't kicked it in a minute. Cause I don't need no parasites inside my village. You too materialistic, you don't got no ambition. Keep playing like you a thug, you might just end up dizzy. Bad bitch, I don't need to spend a penny, not at all. She said I got it in her feelings like she drizzy. Might just die because of loyalty, I'm 10 toes. I love the music, but I hate you fucking widows. The social ladder climbing, acting like some damn hoes. I'd rather take myself out than sell my damn soul. It's unfortunate, but that's just how the game goes. The music biz is a cliff, the simple and nose. You try to throw me a pitch, I bat for hundo. Scoring you niggas all year, don't want me Rondo. Spit a loogie on this bitch and she love it. Freaky bitch try to set me off in public. Got me feeling like I'm Kanye on the subject of me. Fuck while they watching, well everyone start fucking. I feel like John Jones, nigga, who am I ducking? You niggas town boy, your girl's more than husband. That's a shame, that's a shame. I feel bad for the bitches, they you lames. You niggas got no idea, but somehow you feel the world is just supposed to just deal and give you everything you wanted. Your chromosomes must have switched to some nigga spend his whole life wanting his bitch to be his husband. Goddamn. I'ma leave it at that. It's more than just rap. Tell him how to fool the back. Hey. Do you dance, TV? Do you dance? Do you dance, TV? Do you dance? Show me something. Show me something. Show me something. Show me something. Do you dance, TV? Do you dance? Let them know it's Mr. Hanafuda next time they see me.
All right, that was DV with the Hunter Footer track called Mr. Hunter Footer.
The end of that reminded me of that shake it, salt shaker.
Shake it like a salt shaker.
And then she got a thong mix. But I thought I like this. I felt like part of the mix felt kind of loud to me, and I do feel like the beat like kind of fucking threw me off because it was a very like jerky beat, you know, but you had this continuous flow through it. And I feel like you were kind of dancing on and off with the beat and your cadences and stuff, and they were matching up a lot of the times, and sometimes they weren't. I feel like there was just, you know, some parts need to be tightened up, especially when like it's that kind of beat. And I feel like that's kind of the nature of this kind. But I do think that, you know, your flow is pretty good. I feel like, you know, your sound was overall good. I do feel like it was loud. I had to turn it down a little bit. But yeah, I just definitely need to tighten up on this. I'm at a 6.8. I didn't hate it. Like, I just feel like it's close. I don't
6.8
feel like
is your I didn't hate it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What does that mean?
I'm just clarifying.
It's not like I loved it. Like, it's just the beat was just weird.
Okay.
It was weird for me. It was hard for me to get fully into, and I felt like you just weren't with it all the way, but you were so close, and I like your tone and everything, you know, and I'm just like, fuck. Like I said, it's like you're dancing this song, and every now and then, like, you just had a little too much drink and you stumble a little off, a little, you know, but like you're obviously not drinking, you know, just a metaphor. But
not obvious that he's not drinking. You don't know. You don't know what this man's doing.
I don't know. I'm just allegedly.
What do you think, Dice?
I thought it had good energy to start out with. I think the way that you approached the second verse wasn't as strong to me as the first verse, but I think you still had like high energy throughout. It feels more like a filler track than like a lead track, I would say. Like this would probably be between two stronger tracks. It's not a bad track, but I wouldn't say it's like this showcases your ability to its full extent. So I would give it a 7. I think, like I said, I think the second verse was probably not as strong as how it started out with, and that's probably where it lost a little bit of traction for me.
Yeah. I think that, like, I hear what Nikki and Dice are saying, and I think for me, it's a weird combination, right? Because you have such great energy, you've got this great tone and delivery to you, and you're talking your shit. It's fun to listen to, but also as the beat's going, there's certain cadences you use, certain flows, maybe like second verse, but like through parts of it where it just kind of didn't work with the beat the same way my ears wanted it to, you know? It's like, technically you're on beat, but also it just didn't feel comfortable, you know? It's kind of like, you go up, you're taking a flight from Portland to Las Vegas. For some reason, you're granted access to the pilot cockpit, and you realize the person who's flying is a dog. And you're like, what? Why is there a fucking dog here? But it turns out, plane's flying fine. You're not crashing anywhere, but you're like, that's a little weird. So that's how it felt.
Do you let the dog continue flying the plane? He's obviously more qualified.
He's doing better than I would. Yeah, I don't know how to fly a plane. So
I didn't mean that you were like drinking. I was just using it as like an explanation.
Clearly,
say you're on a flight, right? And it's supposed to be on a flight path. That flight path is the beat. And there's certain parts where maybe you had to go around because there might have been some cloudy weather. And you just kind of went a little bit off path. But then you'll end up where you needed to be.
Shout out to Ice Spice Titties. There was some fun lyrics in there. Ice Spice Titties.
I mean, shout out in general to
pancakes.
What up, Pete Cash?
Pete Cash.
All right. We'll continue with the DV Hanafuda tip parade that he contributed via a merch purchase. We got a new subscriber, Doc, aka Doc did it in the chat. We'll listen to. Then we'll jump back to DV, and then we got a tip from P Cash. So just trying to spread some love respectfully to people. Doc says, final mix, is it catchy, ready to go, or would we recommend anything? Here is Ghosts.
I'm telling you, these ghosts never leave me alone. I mean, I say a bit, they camped outside of my home. They got signs and shit, how are they inside of my dome? But I can hear a bitch on my line like a fucking gnome, man, I'm telling wasted. You, these ghosts never leave me alone. I mean, they stay over, they camped outside of my home. They got signs and shit, how are they inside my dome? But I can hear a bitch on my lawn like a fucking gnome, man, I'm wasted. I got green, I mean, the kind without a paper trail. Making up my mind about the way I'm gonna turn the tails. Even if the ghosts don't like the way that I can never fail, it really doesn't matter, cause they think this crack is hella stale. I'm vindictive, maybe I could change it. Probably I can't though, cause I like the way they hate it. It gives me some kind of fuel that leads to subtle rages. But truth is, we are not on the same page, kid. I'm passive when it's needed, I don't mind that. Gotta sit on my hands when my time is coming behind wackacies who picked the wrong line. Sat with machetes in my bag. Time to teach my new version of tag, bitch. It goes talk, fuck, I gotta slice it. There's no goose on the loose when I stick my knife in. There's no way you can fight, you missing limbs, bro. Why you just a torso. Why I hate you more so? I'm breathing kinda funny when I smoke, right? Way too blazed to take a stance against the fucking no minds. You take pills to kill the pain, I mainly roll mine. When you headed to the shrink, I think I'm so fine. The world is fucked, that's just a fact, so consider that the next time you call me an asshole. I'm not lazy cause I won't get out my bathrobe. I just know none of this matters, so I just laugh,
I'm telling you,
bro.
these ghosts never leave me alone. I mean, they stay a bit, they camped outside of my home. They got signs and shit, how are they inside of my dome? But I can hear a bitch on my line like a fucking gnome, man, I'm
telling
wasted.
you, these ghosts never leave me alone. I mean, they stay over the count outside of my home. They got signs and shit, how are they inside my dome? But I can hear a bitch on my lawn like a fucking gnome, man, I'm wasted.
I'm gonna try to remain cordial, truth is foretold. Things are a little too fucked up to not be paranormal. Hair is sticking up on my neck, feels fucked up. They lick the bottom of your feet when you sleep. The voices are a little abrasive. The fights they feel staged, it's corrupt and contagious. The price is steep, it's your mental health played with poltergeists that hijack your shit. Bro, I hate it. There's gotta be a better way to do that. I feel about as useful as a half-assembled shoe rack. A man in state of being, but being told I can't do that. Just don't fight at all like a fruit, I really bruise fast. These ghosts don't know me well enough to prove that. If they're moving in, then rent gets paid, bro, too bad. Go ahead and possess me, I'll take back over and let these damn ghosts that won't let me do my shit left
I'm
regretting.
telling you,
These ghosts never leave me alone. I mean, they stay a bit, they camped outside of my home. They got signs and shit, how are they inside of my dome? But I can hear a bitch on my line like a fucking gnome, man,
I'm
I'm
telling
wasted.
you, these ghosts never leave me alone. I mean, they stay over the count outside of my home. They got signs and shit, how are they inside my dome? But I can hear a bitch on my lawn like a fucking gnome, man, I'm wasted.
All right, that was Doc with Ghosts. Welcome to the community. I think the mix is good. The only thing I would say about the mix is it needs maybe a slight de-esser. There's some sharp sibilance in different parts. The question of, is it catchy? I think when the hook comes in at first, it's catchy, but I think there's a lot of words in the hook and not any tonal repetition. So it's really, somebody has to digest everything that you say in the hook. I wouldn't necessarily call it catchy, but I don't think it's a bad hook per se. It does what it needs to do. I think the song overall is crisp. It's probably a lot. You could probably like trim off 4 lines from each verse to streamline it. I'm not saying that you necessarily have to, but it definitely is like for people who are ultra into lyrics and they're going to be paying attention to what you're saying. But I think counterpoint to that is the mix is crisp enough and you have very good inflection and balance with your lyrics and the delivery that anybody who's already paying attention to that stuff is going to catch those kind of things. So it really just depends on what you're trying to do audience wise. Are you trying to tailor this to the, boom bap lyricists, people who like this kind of sound, or do you want it to be more general? If you want it to be more general, I'd say the strongest thing you could do is make the hook a little bit more catchy. But where it's at right now, I still objectively think it's a solid track. I give it an 8.
I think here's my take. The hook, I think, can be catchy. I think the fact that you do the hook and it's a solid hook, and then you kind of do the hook again in kind of like the character voice. I don't think I needed the character voice. I think you just take that part out of it, have the solid hook that you have. I think that would be one step to that. That would be my suggestion. But the overall overarching, here's how to make this catchier, goes throughout. And I don't know if you had a layer and it was just way too low on parts of it. I was struggling to hear, but I don't think you had any overdub layer. I genuinely think if you had overdubs on this, both on the verses, but especially on the hook, that's what's going to make it catchy. That's what's going to make it stand out, because it has the potential to be catchy. These ghosts won't leave me alone, right? If you have a backing dub for that alone, I think it's more punchy. I think it's more singable. Just add overdubs to all that shit, match the tone, match the timing. Boom, done. 8.5.
Yeah, I liked it overall too. I thought that you had good enunciation throughout your delivery, a great inflection. I feel like the gravel part, I agree. Like the deeper, like gravelly part, there's certain parts where I feel like you could keep it in, but definitely in the hook, I feel like that's kind of what took me out of the hook, because it comes very abruptly too. So either crescendo into that, make it like, you know, a little bit quieter. But you want the hook to hit because it's bouncy. It reminds me of like Connor Price, like bouncy type hook with that higher tone, you know, or like Nick D, and I love that shit. But I think that you have really good cadences throughout it too. You play with your flow the entire time. I don't think that even like that character voice is necessary. I like the grit in your vocal though, too. So maybe find a better way to kind of cycle it in. I don't know. I think that it could definitely be catchier when, you know, you just keep that first, you know, ghost higher vocal in it. Yeah, I think this is good though. You have a really, really, really good. You have a good delivery. You're a good artist. I like it. I'm gonna give you an 8.
Right. Next up, doing another one from DV with the 100-footer, and then jumping over to P Cash with his tip, and then back to some more DV 100-footer, and so forth and so forth. But welcome to the community, Doc. We do this every Wednesday for subscribers. We also have a Sunday show, early Sunday for free queue. So all the new followers, if you are not subscribed yet or you do not feel like tipping, not forcing you to, you can drop your track in the free feedback Sunday channel and we will listen to it on the Sunday show. Also, just to showcase people like Ray Stans and D Bird and Nikki, we're in the middle of a Square Up Song League. So artists are doing round after round of different criteria where they have to create the best song with the criteria. The preseason, so to speak, was pick a topic. First round was choosing a beat from your opponent from provided beats, and then this current round where voting is going to end this Friday is pick a picture and make a track inspired by that picture. So the voting is restricted to people who've been on the Discord for a few months, but there's nothing stopping you from going in there, listening to the tracks and dropping some comments yourself. So be sure to check that out in the Discord as well. And with that said, let's listen to some more music. Yeah,
I'm into it.
Okay. All right.
I love music. Let's go.
Here's DV with the 100-footer, Bully Me.
Shohei Ohtani put me in position, bet I get a chip. Fucking game 7, MJ, finish him off in 6. There's a lot of fake tough guys on the street, or there's a lot of fuck niggas that wanna bully me. DV cool as hell, how you wanna bully D? I can never let that happen. Corny will help me all in my sleep. Leave him alone, what is he doing, what is he thinking? Play stupid games, I let you niggas finish the sentence. Holding on to the Omi, but he ancient. I feel like Buster Douglas, nigga, you Mike Tyson. Mr. Vibe Setter, make your bitch a little wetter. Mr. Go-Getter, have you ever seen one better? He a trendsetter. I bet DV do it better. Mr. Hide your wife and hide your kids, cause you know they gon' slide with him. You keep your son in the streets, I'll take my son to a gym. You take that girl to the trap, I took my bitch to a pit. And that's the difference, but sorry baby, you know I'm not staying, I'm on a mission. And missionary's my favorite position, ironic in it. On the road, always on the go, gotta get it like a quarterback. Identify the mic and start spitting. I don't wanna be a villain, but the villain's all up in him. GV back in the A, Mr. Everything, I need that. Young nigga tryna crash out, tell him relax. Fuck a switch, rather wrap my hands and hit a speed bag. Fuck a body bag, get the duffel bag, I'm tryna walk in the bank. Trip a bitch down, hope she flippin' and she sank. Javante Davis, nigga, I got more in the tank. That's just nothing to me. Mr. Flying International, coming at you high speed. Mr. What the fuck is up, more like Saturn, I need the rings. I was stargazing, reincarnated from a life of patience. Niggas really acting like they know me, I can smell the fakers. Lady Gaga, they was always good with the poker faces. I was multifaceted, talented, that's just half of it. Niggas ain't understand me, abbreviation that happened there. Who the fuck is this rapping? In the art, this a full circle. I'ma show you boys, this ain't no accident. Mr. Vibe Setter, make your bitch a little wetter. Mr. Go-Getter, have you ever seen one better? He a trendsetter. I bet DV do it better. Mr. Hide your wife and hide your kids, cause you know they gon' slide with him. Vibe Setter, make your bitch a little wetter. Mr. Go-Getter, have you ever seen one better? He a trendsetter. I I bet DB do it better, Mr. Hide your wife and hide your kids, cause you know they gon' slide with him. Bully me, who's gon' bully me? Bully me, who's gon' bully D? If they try to have this record on repeat, if they really tryna war, I won't be losing any sleep. Bully me, who's gon' bully me? Bully me, who's gon' bully D? If they try to have this record on repeat, if they really tryna war, I won't be losing any sleep. Not at all.
Right.
Okay, she thought real niggas didn't exist, but don't get too close to fire, girl, you might just end up.
One thing DV is not going to let you do is turn off his track before he says some shit in the outro. All right. That was DV with the 100-footer. Bully Me. What up, Pete Cash? What up, Casanova? Munching on some chicken Alfredo. Thanks to you, girl. Crashing over? Is that what you called him?
I said crunching over this time. I think there's just so many fun ways to take that name. It's great.
Okay. Bully Me. I like this track more than Mr. Hanafuda. However, I feel like the beat is washing away your vocals entirely. So something needs to be adjusted in the mix where your vocals are more present, but I think the energy is strong. I think the flow is a little bit more tamed in this one. I mean, you do your thing when you kind of meander off and you showcase whatever you want to say, but I think it stayed within reasonable pockets in this track. It's just the only thing that really kind of drew me out of it was just the mix. I'll give it a 7.5.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. I feel like. Oh,
you're
hello?
There. We hear you.
Sorry. Yeah, I feel like this had good flow energy throughout it. I do feel like there was certain spots in it where either the vocal dropped out. Like it feels like you did this, full throttle. Like everything was done like in one takes, not punched in. And specific parts of it, especially the first quarter of it, and like I feel like with that you can still punch in and have the same energy, because this is obviously a higher energy song. You can still have that same energy, just start a couple lines before and and get your breathing right, so then you can keep it going with the energy through that part and just mix it in. But yeah, I feel like the mix overall was the only thing here. It could have been a little bit more cohesive together, but I'm at a 7 for this. Just want to a little bit more variation in the different enunciations and such, because it just kind of felt like it was just straight through track, Yeah,
I'm with the crew. Felt like the beat was just so loud, like it's a loud fucking beat. The whole ass, King's coming, Army's coming, like let's fucking trumpet down Main Street and wave our banners, gets good energy. But yeah, at the same time, it was like, it did make it a little harder to kind of focus on what you were doing, since the beat was just doing so much. But not a bad track. Good energy, just, I'd say wasn't my favorite out of the ones I've heard from you. So give it a 7.5.
Bird, question for you.
Yes, sir.
You go on Ancestry.com because you want to know your family history of colonizing the great America that it is today. And you look up
Ancestry.com?
Ancestry. I mean, you can go on Ancestry if you want to, but...
Oh, believe me, I do.
Okay.
Next, sorry.
You find out your great-great-grandfather was enlisted in some military service, and you look up what was their rank in the Army, and it says trumpet player. So they were on the battlefield playing the trumpet while other people were shooting and stabbing away. Are you ashamed or proud of your ancestor?
Well, coming from a second chair trumpeter in 7th and 8th grade, yeah, apple doesn't fall far from the American tree. But I would also say, what a stupid, fucking, dumb, idiotic, stupid piece of shit job. The banner holders and the trumpeters, the drummers, like, get a fucking gun. Y'all are weird, you know.
You're not impressed that you're not impressed that he dodged the bullets and like, oh shit, I gotta get this tune out.
No, that's just pure dumb luck, dog. That's just pure dumb luck. Somebody like felt bad for him, like, oh, look at this little minstrel. I guess I won't shoot him. But at the same time, like, no, stupid. And even worse is the people that like lined up, like, you know, like
you're not gonna give your opponent the fair chance to reload their musket gun.
No, fuck that. Like, time out, time in. Like, no.
Wait, what? There we go.
No.
All right. I was just curious because the beat reminded me of military conflict.
I thought you were gonna go a different way, a la like, Pop Pop is a Nazi, the episode in Always Sunny, where it's like, oh yeah, my granddad was a veteran. Oh shit, fought for the wrong side.
He was in the SS, not the good one. All right, next up, P Cash with the tip. This is Floating Pre-Mix. Shout out P Cash. Welcome back to the stream.
AK, we don't play.
I left my heart in the garden. You left my heart in the garden. I'm only focused on cheddar. I'm only focused on cheddar.
And I can't show no love. That love is fake, don't get no fuck. No, I don't show no love. Why I'm always feeling all this pain. It just ain't adding up. That money trying to count it up. I'm trying to stack it up, but nigga, I just keep fucking up. That stick, you know it's they want me to wipe away my enemies. So many people hate on me, but nigga, I just don't give a fuck no more. I just gotta watch it back though. Gotta make a move. Gotta stay on point. Nigga, no, I can't fucking snooze. You know I'm running, trying to get it how you live. You know I put up for the shit. Yo, nigga, you know I'ma win. You know I'm living, trying to travel around the world.
See a lot of girls all around the world. Staying to myself, please don't let me down. I've been in a rage, I can let them out. Demon on my shoulder, feel them getting closer. Angel on my shoulder, hoping I get better. I left my heart in the garden. You left my heart in the garden. I'm only focused on cheddar. I'm only focused on cheddar.
And I can't show no love. That love is fake, don't get no fuck. No, I don't show no love. Why I'm always feeling all this pain. It just ain't adding up. That money trying to count it up. I'm trying to stack it up. But nigga, I just keep fucking up.
Right, that was P Cash with Floating. I like that, Cash. I like that a lot. I like the vibe of the track. This is pre-mixed, so the one thing that I would say when you do get to mixing it is that second section, a minute in, is way louder than the rest of it. And I kind of wish that you finished that verse off with some lines rather than just kind of let the beat play for a bit before you brought the hook back in. But overall, I like the song. I like the direction that it's headed in. I give it an 8.
Yeah, I liked this too. I thought that it was good. I feel like you had a good emotional expression, throughout it. You had good vocal dynamic. Definitely needs some balance in the mix overall with the volume. Definitely make sure there's de-esser, there's some sibilance. I feel like, your vocal's a little bit present in some spots. So just, get the layers good. I feel like, I do hear delays and stuff on it. So definitely had good balance with that. But I feel like your overall sound structure had good melodic variations throughout it, and good energy. Definitely I think it'll be good with a good mix on it. And I'd like to hear it with a better mix and everything on it. But anyways, I'm at a 7.5 with this. I think that it's It's pretty good so far. I think it's really the mix holding it back. I feel like you might need a little bit more depth in some parts, but
look, I know this is crazy, but I've said crazier things on this stream regarding trumpets and Nazi grandpas.
Ancestry.com.
Ancestry.com. I've said all sorts of crazy things. I'm just going to say, fuck all the nonsense. It's not mixed. So I don't have any comments on the mix. You'll fucking tweak and beep boop around. Like, that's fine. This is a 10. This is a fucking 10 for me. Because I can already hear the easy fixes. Like, sure, there's parts that are a little louder. It's just shit you need to tighten up. But for a premix, I see where you're going. I see the vision. The energy's there. The fact that you didn't mix it at all and still sounded like that, that's fucking raw talent. And shout out. This is 10 for me. I like it.
Hear that, community? If you submit something that's not fully mixed, you can still get a 10 from Bird.
Look, it's pretty simple. Loose Logic has done it before.
What is it? What does it get after?
I've also graded Loose Logic a 6 because he didn't have a mix, which is crazy.
Look, I think all it takes is for you guys to submit the shit and be like, look, I know it's not mixed. This is just where it is right now. So I can see it where it's at right now. And it's like, oh, yeah, of course you're going to get to this shit in the mix 10. I'm already fast forwarding.
Next song that Ray Stan submits, he's going to be like, this isn't mixed. It's going to be like fully mixed by Cryptic Mitch. It's going to have like all the doodazzles on it. Ray's just going to be like, this is not mixed yet, but please, see where I'm at on this.
Well, I also am, I bounce around from idea to idea and forget what I say a second later. So anything could happen in the moment.
All right. Well, don't forget what's about to happen now. We got another tip from Casanova.
Oh, Clash of the Clan-Novas.
We've got 3 from Casanova. I've got still 2 more from DV with the Hunafutta. And what's his name? Young Catalyst has upgraded their subscription
What's his name?
Yeah, what's his name?
What's his name?
Well, because he's 4th Street Catalyst, and I got to remember to skip the 4th Street and get to the Catalyst. So Young Catalyst has upgraded his subscription from a Prime sub to a regular sub. All right, so here's how I'm going to work this in. We got 2 more from DV from the Hunafutta. Play 1 by him, play 1 by Casanova, then we'll do Catalyst, and then we'll go back and we'll alternate DVs, and then we'll do Casanova. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as a community, and it's all good music, so I don't care. I'm enjoying myself. I hope y'all are having a good damn time. All right, here's Hometown Reminiscing by DV. I got
Let me take them back, way back, probably to the first time I put my voice on the track. That was 2014. Walked down to Stone Creek, Nick and Lowe's house, say hello to their mom while they load up Audacity. Find a beat, walk to the shell, get us something to eat. Me and Nick was like the loons, cause he really had 5 on it, but I had a dub, so fuck it, my nigga, all the snatches on me. Back when Daysky used to freestyle while I was watching some Looney Tunes on some Power Rangers, he was cool as hell. Couldn't freestyle then, can't freestyle well, even now. All my lyrics write them out, but I had to put a pause on it, cause it's 2016 now. Me and Casey still haven't signed for the scholarship, and we starting to fiend now. Yeah, I'm just hometown reminiscing. Hey, I'm just hometown reminiscing. No regrets for how I'm living, even though some of the mistakes that I made in the past have led to bad consequences. But fucking my nigga, we gotta go live out today. Tomorrow's life's not a given. Ken in the kitchen sipping, it used to be popping some Kool-Aid night tone cigarettes. I pray he don't crash out on none of you. Okay, it's 2019, GSU's not for me. GSP pulled me over cause they seen a black man tinted window on Charger. You know how that be. Same Charger that got broken into. I was window shopping with a bitch out of Lennox. She was Persian speaking Farsi. Farsi and shit, but she really looks Spanish. 2020, hate to mention, grab her off themselves. That's when the lure of alcohol really caught my attention. Came back from the funeral to the walk in lockdown. Cause 6 feet away, it's a shock now. But I was already on it. Now me and Klavatsky, yeah, taking shots, playing on the game till 4 in the morning. Few months before that, me and Sav at the Honda Lock. Only one with ambition. We chillin' with Mike God, monorail for Highway 5. Give me a side of no chicken. I'm not a GA now, but the villain's a part of me that will never feel distant, never feel indifferent. Got my niggas with me, give us a little time and we go put the city all over the map. Nigga, that's a fact. They kept playing, had to fuck around, bring Honda for the back to his Georgia ways, you know what I'm saying? Niggas gotta stop playing with me. I'm just hometown reminiscing. Yeah. And I feel like and I hit it with the
He tricked me this time. Nothing in the last 2 seconds. All right. That was DB with the 100-footer with Hometown Reminiscing.
Diggity dope.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. Felt like painted a good picture. I really liked all the specifics, the details. You could kind of, maybe it wasn't exactly my experience, but it kind of was an everyman experience. Like, you can kind of see the movie playing out, I think the beat was super dope, especially the chorus was very catchy, that like 3 6 Mafia kind of sample type. This is my favorite of the night from you so far. I think from a technical standpoint, the only thing I'd say is like, it did feel like the vocals hit a little sharp. Just for whatever reason, the way that they sounded over the beat was just hitting a little weird, but I still really enjoyed what this was. So I'm going to give it that's a 9 for me.
Okay.
I thought that this was good overall too. I thought I had a fun bounce to it. Good energy throughout it. That I feel like at the end, I kind of wanted your structure because it was with the beat, but I just wanted to be a little bit more like on it, just on the outro part. And it was fun though. I feel like you had good emotion. I liked the dry like vocal fry parts that were in this. And good narrative throughout it. But I think that the volumes need to be just adjusted a little bit. And some were just brought a little bit more in an EQ. I'm at an 8 for this. I thought that it was fun.
I thought this was dope. I agree with Bird. I think this is my favorite song that we've heard from you tonight. Probably my favorite song that I've heard from you overall. And I think it showcases, because this one seemed a little bit more focused on a topic rather than you just kind of going in and making lines off of energy, line after line. This one seemed to be, let me talk about Atlanta. Let me talk about Georgia. Let me harken back. So I think focusing on the topic did you justice in that regard. And I kind of hear what Nikki was saying, like the vocals are a little bit more crisp on it. But I think if I had to compare it to the last 2 tracks, I can appreciate it more because I can hear what you're saying without, battling. Are you, being washed away by the beat, or does it sound too muffled, too muddy? So yes and no. I think it can probably be polished up and smoothened up a little bit, but I think just overall this track shines brightly. I give this a solid 9.
Grandpa, will you stop playing fucking trumpet? Drowning out my friend the rapper?
Grandpa, trying to rap.
Damn it, Grandpa, we're trying to rap in here.
All right. We got tip from Casanova, and then tip from Catalyst, and then finish off the last DV Hunter Footer, and then go back to some more Casanova, and then finally Noir and Kenny. So here is the first one from Casanova West Side, Work in Progress. This is called Tripping with a G. Not Trippin', not to be confused with Trippin'.
Well, he knows how to spell.
Well, goody two shoes.
Shut up, Texas.
Take a look, Ashton.
Good old what's his name list.
What you call it?
Hey, my dad used to call me the dog's name, so
level.
There always seem to be an issue. The way we talk, I'll never miss you. You say we good, I see you slipping. You playing games and causing distance. You tripping. There always seem to be an issue. The way we talk, I'll never miss you. You say we good, I see you slipping. You playing games and causing distance. You tripping. You call my phone up on some funny shit. For real. Don't let me miss your call, can't handle it. For real. Up in the crib, we always slamming shit. Then I give you dick, then you turn around and cheat like you can't do arithmetic. You put my feelings in a canister. For real. I tried to hold you up like banisters. For real. If looks can kill, I bet I kept it real. But you play Navy SEAL, bitch, I'm built different. I stay with the drip like high-ass water bill. There always seem to be an issue. The way we talk, I'll never miss you. You say we good, I see you slipping. You playing games and causing distance. You tripping. There always seem to be an issue. The way we talk, I'll never miss you. You say we good, I see you slipping. You playing games and causing distance. You tripping. She really think I'm more unfaithful. Move this chick delusional. She really think she not important. Like I like losing you. You became an outcast cause you can't deal with big boys. You playing games until I play. Bitch, I play with big toys and leave these niggas on the stretcher. Find a new bitch, then I stretch her. Cause you pulled away my heart and left that bitch right on your dresser with my feelings and my fucking weed. And by your wig and on your fucking weave. That shit synthetic and can't fucking breathe. There always seem to be an issue. The way we talk, I'll never miss you. You say we good, I see you slipping. You playing games and causing distance. You tripping. There always seem to be an issue. The way we talk, I'll never miss you. You say we good, I see you slipping. You playing games and causing distance. You tripping.
How to eat, how to sleep, how to bathe, what to say. I can't do a motherfucking thing that I want to do.
Sit up in the house with the clothes on 3 weeks at a time, you goddamn right. You got bed clothes.
Yeah, fuck it. Let it. Hey, I can talk to them motherfuckers.
All right.
I'd rather talk to them bed.
That was Tripping by Casanova West Side. I like it. I like it a lot. As usual, man, you always sprinkle in those little ear candy lines that it's not just a punchline, a bar. It gives you like some visual stuff. Like Ray mentioned a couple in the chat already. It's like I always appreciate that about your verses, and I think you always have a very good presentation. Like you can tell whenever you're delivering your verses, like what your energy's at. You can tell whether you're mad, you're aggressive, whether you're being a little bit comical, whether you're like have some contempt for the person that you're talking about. Your emotions really come out in how you express and you deliver it. I like the track overall. I think probably the only thing, the low point that I would say is the hook. And it's not that you did a bad job or that it's a bad hook. It's just, I don't know. Something about it feels like it's the not shining example of this track. The verses stand out more. I don't know whether it's like having somebody else sing the hook. That necessarily isn't quite the answer. All I'm saying is like the verses are the star of the show and the hook does what it needs to do. I wouldn't say it needs more, I mean, the only thing I could say if you wanted to add more to the hook is having like an actual singer, maybe your girlfriend, like do some layers underneath it. Because I thought at first, like, okay, what if you get somebody else to sing the hook? But I feel like that detracts from the story that you presented. Like, it feels better when it's you delivering it from start to finish. But maybe if you have like somebody do some background harmonies, like just bury that underneath in the mix, that would add a little bit of element to it. But
I love that. It's like, hey, babe, when you're finished with the chicken Alfredo, do you want to come hop on a diss track to my ex? Just harmonize under, and we can really piss her off.
No better way to bond with your current girl than to have her sing a diss track to one of your exes, right?
Hard agree.
All right, but I like it. Like I said, I don't think the hook is bad. I just said if I have to pick something to criticize, it would be the hook, and for no other reason than just being petty. I give it a 9.
I'll just say it. I didn't like the hook. For me, look, I think Dice hit the nail on the head. The verses were the star of the show. There's so many great bars in there. The Outcast, Big Boy, Stretcher. Like you crushed. Maybe the volume on the vocals could be turned down just a little bit to mix in better with the verses. But I think there's something about the hook. Maybe it's one of the layers was off. Maybe there's too many layers. I think less is more in this scenario. It was also confusing because I couldn't like pinpoint like this is the one thing to fix the hook. It just sounds a little off. And for me, I could kind of see where you were trying to do, where it's like, oh, the melody sounds good. When all of them are happening at the same time, I really like the low layer. And there's something about one of the high layers that just doesn't hit quite the same way. So maybe experiment with taking one of those layers off and just let it rock that way. That would be my suggestion. But otherwise, this is fire. I'm a fan. Give it an 8.5.
Yeah, I thought this was good overall too. I think that the hook was good overall. I think the difference for me between the hook and the verses was that the verses felt like the vocal was a little bit more prominent. And it was the different delivery. Like it was more of less sway, I guess, type delivery than the hook is. So I feel like, adjusting the volumes and it might help with that. To really make the hook stand out with a better energy rather than it sounding like it's going into a bridge or something, because the energy is a little bit lower and lighter when it's coming in starting. Almost like hitting in the face with it, rather than easing into it. But I think that on the mix itself, you definitely, I feel it needs a de-esser on it. Like especially in the second half, like even, there's a line where you said boys and I heard the plosive on it. There's definitely certain parts like that, that could get, touched up in the mix, plosives, sibilants, throughout it. But I think that you had good ad libs and, dubs and stuff in it. And, the lyrics were funny and good. The In My Weave line got me, but I like this overall. I'm at a 7.5. I think the mix just needs to be really fine tuned, honestly.
I would say, the verses outshine the hook, but like Bird said, it's not something that's like easily you can pinpoint. And maybe leading a bit off of Nikki's feedback, maybe it's because the hook is like more reserved than the forcefulness of the verses, that it just feels like it's too much of a counterbalance.
It feels like it's going into a lull rather than an actual hook, almost like a pre-hook, like it's like preparing you for something more.
It feels like
to relax.
The hook feels like I'm about to hear a love song, but then the verses feel like, oh yeah, fuck that bitch.
Yeah, it's like the hook eases you in slow. You need to just
pound it.
Get it in there. Yeah.
Get it in there. Squeeze it in.
Smush it in.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah. Wiggle your limp worm into the beat.
Pause. All right.
Yummy,
That's
yummy,
hard.
yum.
Catalyst upgraded his subscription. Here is the first song he ever made. I know Bird likes cringe stuff.
Oh, I do.
This is probably right up Bird's alley. And then we'll get back to DV with his last tipped song and then some more Casanova. So here's Catalyst Worthless. What do you want us to gain from this? Do you want us to compare where you started versus where you are? Mental illness.
He just wants to see our fucking reactions. He's like, here's some cringe, react to it. Hey, we've all done our own, so yeah.
This is why I didn't want to start the show with the guy making out and humping his car. See?
This is why I wanted to. So we're gonna get some gold.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Worthless.
I done made mistakes, just trying to find a way to make it sane. I've been swimming for a while now, and all the shredding's got me tired out. Need a boat just to make it through the night. All these demons keep me up, just laughing in spite. Made mistakes and now I'm paying the price. Now I'm paying the price. Said you love me, don't believe it. If you love me, why you leaving? All alone with these demons in my head, I've been screaming. I just want to find myself again, but I can't though. Everywhere I look's like a blank hole. I've been working really hard just to figure this out, but I ain't getting very far. What you think it's about? Do you know the piece? Can you show me please? I just wanna find a way to fucking end the sea.
It's like, why would I fill in this part? I like this part.
I know that I fucked up, but I've been working. Come home to me, babe, you know I deserve it. Gonna prove that it's worth it. One night and you'll see that it's working. One night, that's all I need, babe. One night, anything you need, babe. I've been searching for you, and I ain't looking back. Anything for you, and you just looking past. Yeah, we're going fast, just hold a dash. Think I might crash. I know I've been fucked up and I haven't been working. I said I wouldn't do this, but damn, I've been hurting. You should just leave, babe. You don't deserve this. I'm sorry, I'm worthless. I'm worthless.
I do have questions.
Yeah.
I've got comments.
I'm worthless.
Oh, I love it.
I tried not to get here again, but I slipped up. Had to fucking yell at myself just to get up. Hey yo, get up, get that, get those, get this, get that. What's that? Who knows? I'm just trying to live my fucking life in some bliss, but can't figure out why my light is so dim. But eventually I'm gonna figure it out. But right now, I'm just realizing that I'm worthless.
All right, that was Catalyst Worthless. First song he ever made. So did she break up with you and then this was your way of like getting her attention and saying, hey, I understand that you called me a worthless piece of shit, but I can make music?
You said I never listened to you. Well, I listened and I made a song with the things you said about me. Are we together again?
I know you're tired of me laying on the couch every day and not having a job, but look, I have a budding music career.
Nikki,
you broke up with her and then you called yourself worthless. Respect yourself, King.
The fuck? No, you probably cheated on her. You felt bad about it.
Yeah, probably.
Wild accusations aside, this was like fun. Honestly, for a first song, get the fuck out. That's super light years ahead of where my first song was. So shout out, man. Big fan. There is something kind of fun to hear somebody like talk with low self-esteem over beats. You know, I'm worthless. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, man. Honestly, for a first song, fucking 8. Yeah, that's my rating. I'd say this is an 8 for a first song. Funny, catchy. Obviously, there's like parts where you're like, okay, why'd you just leave this blank? okay, layers, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Technical things you learn later. 8 for a first song.
Yeah, I think that this is good. For your first song for sure. I think that definitely you need to work on, the mix definitely needs layers, to keep it rounded out because it does feel hollow at parts. This beat I have featured on, so that kind of fucked me up. But I think overall, add all the bells and whistles, come back, really fine tune it, paint by numbers the details, not just the easy parts, and it will turn into this beautiful masterpiece. I don't know if you plan on doing that or not, so if you are, definitely go through and add layers and do all of the different things to really give it good depth. I do think that the dropouts too, here or there, definitely just be cognizant of those. But I'm at 7. I think your flow is overall good and everything. Your voice definitely sounded authentic, not like overmixed or anything. So,
is it a bad first track? No, it's a lot. I think the people in your era of making music have a huge leg up on us old skeletons because you can, go to Guitar Center and get a Rode NT1 for $150. I had like a $20 mic from Kmart plugged into a karaoke machine, recording it on 2 cassette tapes because one was playing the beat and the other was recording my vocals over the beat.
Grandpa, you're yelling at the cloud again.
So yeah, it sounds clean and crisp as hell, but I would let this one die. I wouldn't go back and re-record this one. I would do it. Let it sit in the graveyard and just kind of listen to it every now and then when you want to smirk at yourself.
if it's your first song,
I
maybe
don't
a remix today.
I don't hear anything in this one that makes me want to hear a upgraded version of Worthless from Catalyst, is all I'm saying. I think I would rather hear a new Worthless where it's like, oh, you think I'm worthless, and kind of turn it into a braggadocious. I don't want to hear you like singing and shit with delays and then empty pockets. So I'm gonna give it a 6. Just let the shit die. Nah.
I totally thought that you left it open for a feature, then you came back and I was like, oh shit. Just kidding. Psych.
But yeah, I mean, I think it sounds very good for a first song. So kudos for, doing better than we did.
It's fucking frustrating because I know I know what my first song sounds like and it's not that.
Yeah, I still have some of my first ones. All right. Next up,
quick question. Before we move on, I have to ask. Cyclone posted a meme in the general chat that said, according to a survey, 40% of U.S. adults would be okay with falling in love with a chatbot, AI chatbot. What are your thoughts?
What are my thoughts on falling in love with a chatbot, or what are my thoughts on that estimation of the number of adults?
Either.
I think that 40% of people probably already are in love with some sort of virtual entity.
That's crazy. Nikki, what do you think?
I think that is crazy. I see it being, I was listening to this thing the other day too, that even kids and stuff, shit's crazy. I think that it's definitely possible. I think it's fucking weird. I think they have a leg up.
Do you think people can follow? Do you think it's possible to fall in love with a AI chatbot?
I think people fall in love with things that are not like cars all the time. Things that are.
I get the AI chatbot over a car.
But you can't hump the AI chatbot.
They're not real, I guess, all the time. Like things that are non-human. So I definitely see it being possible and probably happens a lot more often.
I think of that 40%, there's probably a good 5 to 10% that don't know that they're talking to a bot sometimes.
Do you think of that 40%, how many of them are depressed?
Probably 39% of them.
Yeah,
Right.
like
So the
there's no
most
happy
solution.
person that's in love with the chatbot. I'll tell you that much. Like, no, she really gets me. It just mirrors your fucking.
He really gets
Ugh.
me.
Hate it.
I have my chatbot read my birth chart. That's about it.
I don't use any chat bots.
Oh, you need to.
I
get
use
with
it
the
for
program,
astrology.
especially
No,
for
I
your
don't.
job.
Well, I mean, let's lean into that a little bit more since you want to bring
Yeah.
it up. Timbaland.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Timbaland?
Yeah, I did hear about Timbaland.
Did you watch him live stream a couple days ago where he had himself, Young Guru, which is Jay-Z's engineer, and a couple other folks to defend himself or basically take feedback from everybody who was saying, yo, what the hell are you doing? And discuss it openly about what his thoughts and intentions were and basically get feedback from people why they were so upset with him. Did you happen to catch any of that?
I understood there was an uproar. I didn't watch it, but I understood that people like attacked him live and are like, what the fuck are you doing signing an AI chat?
Yeah. One guy called him demonic. Other people just basically said, hey, you do live streams where you give feedback to artists similar to what we're doing. Why didn't you sign any of them? Basically, he was just open town hall discussion about why is everybody coming for my head? And his reasoning was it's a tool that I'm using to enhance my creativity, but not replace it. But I think the general community consensus was like, you're in a position of power and visibility, and by you supporting this, it takes away power that people who don't have a voice don't have. But I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched probably like a good hour of him like debating with people. It was interesting.
Taking it back a full year or two, you remember when there was like the new AI rapper that got signed to like Def Jam or some shit, and it was like this black avatar, crazy hair, stupid tattoo, the most stereotypical rapper you can imagine, made by like I think some Swedish dude, some white Swedish dude, and they only stopped it because he was programmed to say the N-word as the black caricature, and then the creator was white. Before then, no one had any issues. And I was just like, this motherfucker has like how many fans on TikTok, is like going nuts, creating AI music videos. On one hand, if you're a fucking idiot and you're like, ugh, entertain me, blah, 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 as you're eating Cheetos in your fucking mom's basement, sure. But also, what a stupid fucking thing. I hated it when it first was presented as an idea. And AI for art, still fucking hate it to this day.
But you're okay with AI for emails?
Yeah, I'm okay with ChatGPT enhancing business productivity to replace human creativity. Fuck no.
You don't think there's an art in crafting a well-articulated email to close a deal?
I think business is some part science, some part art. A lot more on the science part, but there's a little art in there. I think that music is some part science, some part art, a lot more heavy on the art. So you take the art, you take the soul out of the art, what do you have left? I think you can automate repeatable tasks and get better productivity for dumb business tasks that require no thinking.
All right.
It's like, get me this information. Now I have this information and I can do with it what I want. Versus like, create a song for me. What did you do there? You know?
You wrote a prompt. Prompt engineers is what they call them.
You know?
Yeah. New careers in music. Prompt engineering. Shout out to those guys.
Everything is terrible.
All right. Next up, last one from DV. This is called To the Moon. Shout out to all the people who don't think we've been to the moon.
To the moon. To the moon. told me it'll be alright. I seen it all, plus a touch of death, but I'm still here, nigga. I survived. Destiny's Child. Sick and tired of trying to be humble. Fuck it, I want it right now. My intuition says time to get into it. I'm all about taxing you now. Cheese, chili, nigga, all the spaghetti. I feel like Cardi, nigga, Fetty on Fetty. Want it all, eyes painted already. I'm on it. Niggas really trying to box me in. I ain't going. Never let them take your moment. Your feet's on the ground. My feet's floating in the sky. My head's always out. I don't like none of you niggas. I built the tower. I'm bad with myself. I got to the point where I really don't care about money. I realize my goals are my wealth. So, waiting for the sky when there's footprints on the moon. Created a wave, now it turned to a typhoon. A lot of pain you can see in my eyes. Lost my son, but I'll be alright. All I gotta do is look to the sky. Oh Lord. Waiting for the sky when there's footprints on the moon. Created a wave, now it turned to a typhoon. A lot of pain you can see in my eyes. Lost my son, but I'll be alright. All I gotta do is look to the sky.
That's it. All right, that was DV with the 100 footer to the moon. What do you think of that one, Berg?
I liked it. I think overall I liked it. When the beat came in, I was like, oh no. I don't like this beat at all. And then he kind of came in and made it make sense. I was like, oh, okay. I never considered someone could make this sound good. The energy was there. It felt like in parts, maybe the presence on the vocals could be like just a little bit more on top of the beat. But I'm not mad at it. I'll give it an 8.
Yeah, I felt the same about the beat. I think I still feel the same about the beat, but I can understand the direction. I think this would work as an outro. You know, this could close out. This gives me like the conclusion to some sort of project feel, but definitely wouldn't like lean into it to lead off anything. But I think he made it work. I think he has great energy. Consistency is key. I say that about all artists. The more consistent you are, the more you can just make things work out of nothing. And I think he took a beat that probably wouldn't work for a lot of things, and he made it work for an outro. I give it a 7.5.
Yeah, I thought this was good overall. I'm at a 7.5 as well. I feel like you had good flow and speed, you know, variation, pace variation throughout it. I feel like your outro and the outro is a little bit, you know, too drawn out, but now knowing that it's the outro, it's ending. So maybe that's why. But you know, maybe something restructured a little bit better in the outro. But I feel like you had good variation through in your cadence and your flow. Your energy was pretty headstrong and, you know, a good for, I guess, leaving a statement for the outro of an EP. But yeah, I felt like this is good overall. Definitely feel like mix just cleaned up a little bit, and you know, the outro maybe just reworked a little bit.
Right. Shout out to DV with the 100 footer. I hope you enjoy that merch. Take some pictures. Let's see you shining in all of your glory of white collar rhymes once you get it. You're on mute.
WC,
absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Are you talking to both of us?
But yeah, y'all are both on mute, just chatting. All right. Back
something we do.
Back to Casanova's tip. We'll mix some of these up with some of the other people who've been hanging out in the queue. songs about relationships. All right, here's Where's the Love freestyle. Okay.
Where is the love?
Who's that?
Where is the love? Love.
I thought you were singing the familiar song. Like, I don't know this one.
I
thought
think
you
it's
were
like,
gonna do the Black Eyed Peas, but you didn't.
it's a remix of I Wanna Rock. I don't know. I've been going down a rabbit hole of metal. It's fine. AC/DC.
All right.
Are you okay, Bird?
Obviously
No.
not.
I'm laid up. I'm so bored. But you know what'll fix that is crashing over Crestside.
So baby, tell me, where's the love, where's the love? You got me fiending, babe, cause your love is like a drug. So tell me, where's the love, where's the love? You got me cold in these streets, why you chilling warm and snug? So tell me, where's the love, yeah? You took me through hell, I thought our love was from above. So tell me, where's the love, where's the love? Where is the love? Where's the love, where's the love? I'm taking the suitcase, I'm packing my heart, so fuck what you won't say, see it's too late. I wanna sugar you through all I saw in my Kool-Aid, like I don't play. I don't be ballin' like Bronny, I forming like Ronnie in 2K. Now move out the way, if you do what I say, I can show you new colors like mood rings. Side by side, I'm stacking cereal up in the supermarket, but my job don't seem real to you. Always had doubt in the matter, we could never climb up this ladder. I was never your fireman, but you only got wet for the crew. Back to average style, so sipping Henny. Do you really care what I'm missing? We care, all a nigga need was attention. I don't really bleed for no bitches. Do you really need ammunition? You fire that shit 2 times and believe in my wishes. All I really see is your vision, but I don't wanna read if I really gotta clean for attention. So see in my vision, no cloud 9. Handed a pen like a clothesline, and this we get us coughing like cold miners. Forget what we doing like old timers, but I don't give a fuck about no hoes anyway. And since I'm down, I ain't really got no time for no pain. Cause where's the love? Cause I don't want no I spy. If I ride by, I grab thighs like it's Popeyes. Keep your mind fried, but you so fine. You should be all mine. Talking all lies, messing with the nigga cause of darkness when you know I wanna shine. Things that I have to do, I wanna do, and I just wanna eat, but all you really serve is fast food, so baby you not good for me. And you talking with your shoes tied while you steady tripping over nothing. Where's the love?
Was that you singing at the beginning, or was that somebody else?
That was somebody else, and that part, crazy. The low part, right?
Well, no,
Where is it?
yeah, that ad lib, the where's the love, that needs to go.
Get it out of here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is my love?
That was like
It's
the
like
guy.
the uncle that demands a hug at the family Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's like
Where's
you're
my
arguing,
hug?
you're arguing with your girlfriend, and then your neighbor's in the bush, like watching. Yeah, where's the love?
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you guys a question. Why don't girls wear skirts anymore? Shut up. Go back to your house, Greg.
Too
real.
Overall, though, that was a cool track, though. I
So
like
creepy.
I like the track, though. It was a solid track. I thought the singing to start out was dope. The verse was solid. Other than the creepy "Where's the Love," I like this a lot. I give it a 9.
Yeah. The only like change I'd like to see is like I do love the singing. Well, not the only change. Get the fucking low. Where's the love? Where's my hug? Get the fuck out of here, Uncle Greg. You little
Give me a
creep.
hug.
You little fucking weirdo. I'm keeping my kids away from you, Greg. Yeah, get that lower layer out of there. But I think the volume on the chorus could be turned down just a little bit too. Like not a lot, but just it felt louder than the verse did. The verse fit perfectly. I'm still gonna give it a 9 because this was fire. Bars, great cadences. Holy shit, that rapping, love it. 9.
Yeah, I thought this was good too. I feel like it had a nice bounce. The cadence was fun. Your tone was good. It sounded great. You had good engaging patterns throughout your delivery, and very structure in your flow. I do feel like overall in the mix, I agree with the lower voice. Either pull it back, or try to add some more depth to it so it's not so much. But I do think that a de-esser would help, especially on. I don't know if this one is mixed. I feel like this one doesn't have a de-esser either. I feel like I commented that earlier in your other track. But like by Pot Pies and like where you say should be, like it's like very, very much like it's so essy. So I would definitely go through, and just try to get those mix parts, worked out, and just fine-tuned. I am at an at too. I think, wow, an 8, an at. I'm at an 8, and I think that is good. Just definitely some mix nitpicks with S's, and even some of your consonants I felt like weren't even plosives. It was like S's, especially anything with your S's and H's. Pot Pies definitely had a plosive.
All right.
Anyways.
We got a tip from Cody Nash. Here is a track called One and Only.
Hey man, expect the unexpected. Just, live your life. Don't have those low expectations, no expectations, high expectations, whatever. Just live, flow. Get out of here. Don't worry about all that shit. Yeah, shadows feeling empty, but she looks so bright. Light on total darkness, she's a starry night. Ooh, I feel illuminated, open up my eyes. I think we've seen it all, brewing like 1,000 times. Time is moving in slow motion. Yeah, life is fuming, it's so potent. Got a scent all on my home, it's obvious she got motion. I didn't have my eye on the prize till right this moment. I'm just watching while she writing her rhymes, my mouth wide open. What's the deal here? Every time I'm happy, it feel real clear. Love the way that she just be talking about how she feeling. I do her dirty laundry right after I make it feel. Yeah, I felt so alone, and you showed up at my home. I got problems I should solve all on my own. You don't owe me. I like when you're around and the way you get to know me. I think you might just be that one and only. Over encumbered, the structure don't got a top, sir. I wanna bring her with me to places that we can prosper. Yeah, too powerful to forget, so empathetic to the stress. She's craving that real love, and I can feel her in my head. Yeah, it's like the sun shining down on the grapes. Now we becoming raisins that just fizzle away. Oh yeah, you solved the puzzle, I guess we been hell raising. We keep a circle spinning, some would call that motivation. I see the love that's presented, gee whiz, yeah that's amazing. Everybody but me knew I was falling on the way, and this the way, and hope you're ready for where we about to take it. I know it's moving fast, I know it's a lot to take it. Givers giving in mayhem, the suspense is such a thriller. Only May, I think we'll make it. Scorpio, she's a killer. I see myself deep in your eyes, yeah I can feel them. She's so loved, I'm the lucky one. Being with her is healing. Yeah, I felt so alone, and you showed up at my home. I got problems I should solve all on my own. You don't owe me. I like when you're around and the way you get to know me. I think you might just be that one and only. Yeah, you might be that one and only. Oh, you might be that one and only. Yeah, you might be that one and only. You might be that one and only. I felt so alone, and you showed up at my home. I got problems I should solve all on my own. You don't owe me. I like when you're around and the way you get to know me. I think you might just be that one and only.
All right, that was Cody Nash with One and Only.
Nikki, what'd you think? Are we not? Are we not going to have you comment on your own song?
Okay.
What's happening here?
She's on mute.
No, it's not. Was not on mute.
You are now not on mute because
You're
you pressed
not
the
on
button.
mute now. That's how mute works.
Anyways, I already unmuted it. But I thought that this was good overall. I thought that you had good inflections. I liked your tone in it. I think that I don't know if this has been mixed yet. I don't think it has it?
I don't know.
I'm asking. But I do think
asking
that,
chat. Dice.
Yeah.
Fucking sassy
Whatever,
pants
Ray.
over here.
Didn't say a
Whatever,
name. I'm
Ray.
just answering.
Jeez. But anyways, I want to hear what this sounds like when it's mixed. But I think that, you know, you have all the layers and everything in structured. I think that it's good vibe. It is already mixed. I didn't think that it was fully mixed yet. Yeah, I didn't think it was already mixed yet. But I thought that it was not fully. But I feel like some of the layers, and I don't know if it's in these headphones, in the actual chorus just need to come down a little bit, the background. I feel like a lot of them sound like they're a lot higher, but it also might just be the higher end is just higher too, in the actual chorus. That's why it didn't sound like this was fully mixed. Don't hate me.
Okay.
I feel bad. Anyways.
So what's
I think
your...
it's
Are you going to give it a rating?
It's hard to. Of course I want to rate it high because it's good. And it's vibe and it's fun. So I do want the layers to come down a little bit, I think. I'm at an 8.5. I think it's good.
I kind of agree with Nikki. I think so. First off, I like the song. I like the vibes. It's very sweet. Holy shit, how fun to watch her just cringing about like, oh, attention. Oh, this song. Oh, what do I say? Oh, that was fun. I would say that like from a technical perspective, this was a dope listen, but I do think that in the chorus, the high layer could probably be turned down just a little bit because it does, that high register just hits a little sharp. I think you're on and it's a cool vibe. It's just that would, I think, balance it out a little bit more. And at the very end hook, the female harmonizing vocals, I don't know if that was you, Nikki. It sounded a little off to me. So maybe that was in the mix or maybe that was just need to be re-recorded. But those kind of threw off the ending hook for me. But let's give it 8.5. Oh, that was you in the final. Okay.
Yeah, outside of what's already been mentioned, the only thing that stood out to me is in the hook where the beat kind of came out. I don't know whether it's just because of the way the melody plays, but it felt like a millisecond slightly behind. But I feel like part of that is just the way that the melody plays without any drums, so it just feels slightly off. But I don't know if moving it around in particular to that. I don't know if you still do the thing where, because I remember a couple years ago you said that you record each hook individually, you don't copy and paste it. So I don't know if that has something to do with it and maybe you performed it slightly different, or if it was floated, copy pasted from one to another and it just, the beat made it feel a little bit weird. But overall, I think it was a cool track. I give it a 8. All right, back over to Casanova's tip. Next up, On the Road.
Gotta leave my own crib. I smoke a blunt and get my ass on the road. Man, I'd rather spin these damn tires than to deal with these liars. I won't fight her, I'll I just get on the road. Wanna blow my phone up for hours. When you talk, you spitting daggers. This ain't love, you got me losing control. Baby, now I shouldn't feel I gotta leave my own crib. I smoke a blunt and get my ass on the road. My ass on the road. Damn, baby, we at it again. Who the fuck is that bitch? You ain't talking about shit. You be thinking I'm playing to win. About to roll me a paper the size of a crater. I'm about to go smoke with your friend. And that's your girl who want your whole man. Did that hurt you, baby? It's that anger, maybe. That shit you talking got me talking crazy. Trying to expose me like you see me naked. I see your disrespect is like the main reasons niggas leave. I just wanna be me and Javinci. Smoke a blunt where they don't see me. $250,000 on the wrist and keep me going all day, baby. I don't even listen no more. The car is pushed, so I just push my feelings out of the door. Because I shouldn't feel like I gotta leave my own crib. I smoke a blunt and get my ass on the road. Man, I'd rather spin these damn tires than to deal with these liars. I won't fight her, I just get on the road. Wanna blow my phone up for hours. When you talk, you spitting daggers. This ain't love, you got me losing control. Baby, now I shouldn't feel I gotta leave my own crib. I smoke a blunt and get my ass on the road. My ass on the road.
Stop playing, right? Stop fucking playing. Talk to my whole brother. I don't get why you talking about him. That's my brother. We not gonna do that shit at all. Well,
all right. That was On the Road by Casanova West Side. Another good track.
You know what?
What's up?
You know what I'd love more than anything is if he actually sampled real fights he had with these bitches and then put that in the. I hope that's what we heard. You know what I mean? He's like, hold on, babe. Shut your fucking whore mouth for 1 second. Record. All right, continue. What were you saying? Oh, I'd love that so much.
Interrupting somebody to say "shut your whore mouth" is peak chaos, peak toxic.
Oh, you know that's gonna set her off, and then he's gonna have it recorded for the next breakup song.
But that is something that in the heat of the moment, like if you're feeling sassy, hold on, shut your whore mouth for a second. Let me record this.
That's almost so egregious where you'd have to be like, you got me. How can you not laugh at that?
There's no coming back from that one. When you tell the person that you're with, shut your whore mouth so I can record you, it's over. Shut your whore mouth.
They're going to see red. They're going to just say all the worst things, and you're going to capture it on camera. Definitely use that for your mixtape. You're welcome, gentlemen.
If I ever get into another argument with any human, whether it be female or not, I'm going to use, hold on, shut your whore mouth. Let me record this real quick.
Yeah.
Dice, if you ever say that to me,
don't argue with me. Better not be the next argument I have.
Shut your whore mouth, Dice.
Shut your whore mouth for a second. On the Road. I like this song. If I had to compare this to the other one where we're like, what do we do with this hook here? I like the hook more with this one. I just feel like take the lower layer out and just do high layers on it. Or either just like make the volume on your low layer a lot lower. Because I feel like you hit the tone and the melody fine. It feels, if I'm listening to your whole body of work, if this was on a project and I hit On the Road, I'm like, I've heard this sound before. It gets too, I think the sound is too repetitive. Not that the hook or this individual track is doing anything wrong, but I think cut out that low layer on the hook and just sing it and then leave it like that and add some more effects and lean in on the singing a little bit. I know you mentioned like a month or so ago that you're trying out singing, so you probably don't have that level of comfort where you're like, let me just sing and then lead with it. Lean into it on this track and just leave it like that and see how it sounds. I don't know how it'll sound. I'm just making a suggestion, but that's the only thing that I would nitpick on this. I give it a 8.
I only have really one thing to say about this one. I felt like I guess one thing to nitpick. I felt like your flow and everything was good. Your tone and vibe was good. I feel like it's in the mix again. The panning that you have going on, it's bouncing left to right, and I don't hear one that's just in the middle. So I would suggest, and I would prefer as a listener to hear a middle layer as well as, something. It's either like some phasing or panning you have going on. I can't tell. But yeah, that's really my one nitpick about it. As I just kept feeling like it was bouncing left and right instead of, having something steady and then those for like additional, tension grabbers. But yeah, I think this is good overall as well. I'm at an 8.
Look, I guess I'm the fucking crazy one. I'm fucking crazy because I loved this. I thought this was fucking dope. As far as the chorus, no complaints. I loved how it sounded. I think you crushed it. I think it was mixed well to my ears. The lows sounded good, catchy, and the verses were fucking fire. So this is a 10 for me. I liked it.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and play his last track, and then we'll get back to the regular rest of the subscriber queue. This is, I think, Where You At 2.
Take a look, Ashton.
Where you at, where you at, where you at, baby girl, now where you going? Where you at, where you at, where you at, where you at, baby girl, now where you going? Shorty, you fine and you know it, and you know it, and you know it. And I'm trying to sit down, get to know you, get to know you, get to know you. Cause baby, you right, I don't know nothing about you. I'm searching for words I can say. Cause girl, I'd be damn if I pass on this chance. Like I'll sit in the car, really skipping the big day. I can tell there's success in your heart from whatever you do from beginning to start. But you won't take that shit as a race. But you working too hard not to see you go far. And you travel from state to state, trying to appreciate the moment you having. And maybe I can't relate, but girl, in a similar way, all I see is abundance. I know I'm redundant, you think we can't mesh, but girl, I'ma say I'm a catch. I wanna take you out, let me call off. You can tell I'm busy, I won't pick up the phone, so it's day lost. Can I pay for your drink? I don't need the cost. Even if we don't move forward, let our pass cross. Can I pay for your drink? I don't need the cost. Even if we don't move forward, let our pass cross. Where you at, where you at, where you at, where you at, baby girl, now where you going? Where you at, where you at, where you at, where you at, baby girl, now where you going? Where you at, where you at, where you going? Where you going?
Right, there was Where You At 2 by Casanova. I would raise the female vocals on the hook to add a little bit more balance between you and her, especially if you're going to utilize her as in the outro and make it a little bit more standalone. I would raise it up a bit more on the hook. Yeah, I mean, you're pretty consistent, man. I don't think I'm going to sit here and dissect this too much. There's some parts where a little bit of mouth noises in between saying words or, crispy on the ears, but I think overall it feels balanced if I'm just casual listener rather than sitting in a studio nitpicking. So I think it sounds solid. I would just say raise the female vocals, but I'll give this an 8.5.
Well, I'm sitting here in the studio nitpicking, so let me get to picking these nits. Yeah, are you picking on those? Don't pick on those.
Don't touch those.
That's how you get scars. So yeah, man, look, consistent for sure. I think definitely agree with Dice. The female vocal was fire. I think showcasing that will only do you benefits. It did feel, this one I wasn't as high on the chorus for. Something about the lower layers didn't hit the way I wanted them to, and it just kind of, where you at, where you at, where you at, where you at, like it felt like you're phoning it in a little bit lyric wise, and just wasn't as catchy as maybe I would have wanted for this dope intermingling of lower dude singer and higher chick singer. So this one wasn't as high. My last one I gave you a 10. This one I'll give you more of a 7.5.
Yeah, I feel like I wanted more of the female support layers as well. I thought that she sounded really good. I think that the slowdown was good and it was fun. It was a fun variation, you know, in that song too, when you did the dropout vocals and such. I think you had a good tone and you had good vocal fry in this. It kind of made it a little bit more emotional, a little bit more of your, you know, authentic, you know, vocal of really the getting the raw Casanova. But I do definitely agree with adding a little bit more of the female backup. I think that it'll help balance it out and round it out a little bit better. But I'm an 8 too. I think this one was good.
All right. Well, that finally concludes all of the tips. Now back to the subs.
Sheesh.
Kenny, Ray Stans, where you at? Because Kenny has a response to you. You are the cover art for his production here. You said Kenny fell off. He is
Chase,
listening.
no.
He may not be active in the chat, but he is definitely paying attention. He sees that you said he fell off, and he has a response. So here is The Fall Off by Kenny.
Less is more.
Mexico Gobbler, what's up? Welcome to the chat.
Ray stands for providing the artwork and the inspiration, as a matter of fact. That was Kenny with The Fall Off.
Nikki?
Was that like Rutabaga? Kenny?
Yeah, Kenny Rutabaga.
Okay, I thought so. I don't know. Could have got a new Kenny last week. They weren't green though, so that's why I was looking closer. It just says Kenny. So I feel like I liked this overall. I thought you had good different layering with different instrumentation and a good rhythmic drive throughout it. The only thing that kind of threw me off in the beat itself is you had this like crystal teardrop sound where it was like a triplet, and it kind of jerked me around a little bit. You didn't bring it back in. It was only like in the first half of it. But yeah, those maybe set it back, or like, you know, pat it with something else to kind of rope it in fully and make it cohesive, because it just didn't feel like it fit right. But yeah, I thought that this was fun overall. I'll give this 7.5.
Bird D.
B man. Look, this was great. I liked it a lot. I think that the drums were great. The piano was cool. I could hear a lot of different cadences going on my head as I was listening to this. This is a track that I would definitely do something to. Do something nasty to. Where's my love? Where's my love? I think that was a callback from earlier in the show. If you just tune into this part, that's what that's from. I think the one thing that I would suggest for this, and maybe an artist could do this themselves, but it kind of sounded like in the main chorus section, it sounded like a hint of female vocals, but kind of like like just very short little samples of them. I could be completely tripping, but I think having like actual female vocals kind of as background layers could kind of separate the chorus from the verses and really make it stand out. That would be my one suggestion. I'm still at a 9.
I like this a lot. I think the one thing that I appreciate about Kenny's production is as I'm listening and I'm mentally thinking, okay, I'm ready for it to change up or have something different. His timing is always impeccable. Like I think he and Noir do a good job with the timing in their arrangements where they know when to change up the elements and keep things fresh. Or if it is something that is more of a loop, it still feels fresh because of the different elements that they use. So I like that aspect of this. I think it's a good response to somebody telling you fell off, and there's a lot of little production and arrangement tricks that I hear in here, stutters, pauses, drops. I think he really showcased talent in this. So I give it a 10. Speaking of Noir, here is Cash Rules Everything Around Me.
Clit. It's wrong acronym.
Okay.
I'm so bad at acronyms. I don't know. Fucking Noir.
What'd you do if your doctor busted out a drum machine in the middle of your surgery and hanged out there?
Ebony. I'm just a young Arabian prince with a lot of snakes to charm.
People got it.
Yeah.
That was Cash Rules Everything Around Me by Noir.
I'll make this simple.
Cream.
Clit. I don't think
Cream.
this wasn't for me. I'll just say that it wasn't for me. But it was well put together. You know what I mean? Like, this is one of those where I'm like, ew. Like, I got 2 minutes into it. I was like, when will this ever end? But then he has his super versatile homie come in and rap on this shit. And it's like, oh, it all makes sense now. Holy shit. I was an idiot for not seeing it. So I'll just, put that little piece to the side of like, I'm sure somebody could come in, rip this apart, rip this to shreds, and it'll be great. Just sitting here listening to it, it felt maybe a little too experimental. Like, I wasn't really enjoying the pattern of the drums. The 808s were a little too hard. At the same time, like, it's all put together well. There was nothing where I'm like, oh, this sound doesn't belong, or this sound is too loud, or like, from a technical aspect, you crushed it. I guess I just personal preference didn't like this one. So I'll give it an objective 8 and a subjective 6.
Yeah, definitely a different style of beat. I didn't mind this one. I thought that I liked the different clicks that you had in it and the different sounds and instrumentation you had in this one too. But there were some like automation sounds that I feel like were unnecessary. Like, it was just a little bit too much, and then it felt like it just drug on, and it was a little bit too long. Maybe tighten up the structure of it, change it up earlier, have a little bit more variation sooner than it does. It has like a Mortal Kombat type beat for me vibe, but I would give this I give it a 7. It's alright.
Yeah, this was it was cool. I think you did a good job of using different sounds and bringing them in at different moments to invoke different thoughts or feelings or whatever. I thought it was interesting how you used the hats and you kind of pitched them down and then panned them as it was pitching down and fading away. So it was like, I like that element to it. And then like your different use of snares and hi-hats kept me interested. The only thing I would say is, just from a listening standpoint, it does feel extended out. So it would take some true artistry to really like use it as is rather than shortening up that first section a little bit. But, objectively, it's still well put together. I give this a 9.
One thing I will say is I did really like the beat switch. And so maybe to Dice's point, if you brought that in a little earlier, maybe it would have felt a little bit more fresh, and rather than, kind of like, oh shit, there's 2.5 minutes of this one kind of Arabic sound. Boom. Maybe that would be a good 50 seconds to 1 minute. Boom. Here's the chorus. 1 minute 30 even.
Word. All right. Got a few left. I'm going to save Nobody's other track for next Wednesday. And then here's M Theory. Shout out M Theory. I think he's got his EP, Friday. Expert Mode. Here's Game in My Palm.
living in this metropolis. Cannabis blunts so bottleless, soaking up all my common sense, building up all this tolerance. I don't be giving a fuck about a cosign, taking up on my own mind. I'm thinking to find these cold lines like old times. I just been begging on living my life like I'm chilling and taking it slow, making a vision happen. Yeah, giving ideas, time to grow, picking up flows that I never drop before. No one knows, will I get too hot to get low? Will I get too dry or get slow? Poppin' in my city, but believe me, I'm litty. Wifey pretty, got real titties, nobody fucking with me. I've been dropping lyrics in this hemispheric area. No one compare it to theory, nobody fucking with me. Yeah, put them all on they back, I'm rolling up another sack. City of trees, we call it sack. Might be capital city, but it ain't no cap, you got my back. That's that shit, total recall when he hit my pip. Gotta rewind when he hit his bit. Now keep it at 5 when you get a 6 cents, I'm high as shit. Game in my palm, ain't no way I'll ever drop that. Beeswax dripping on the road, it's how we top that. Lane never crowded when you move, how I boss act. Flame in my verse, turn a whisper to a jaw crack. Game in my palm, ain't no way I'll ever drop that. Beeswax dripping on the road, it's how we top that. Built from the grid, every scar got a call back. Game in my veins, no shame, just a raw track. I represent ASP and SCA. When it comes to the beats, we do not play. Everything we do and say, it correlates. No, we don't wait. I'm kicking the door down, making it pour now. Look at the sound I found. Imminent war now, hitting the floor down on the ground and pound. Yeah, taking them on the roundabout, so they can't figure out how we got in. Dreams locked in, but the sleep stopping won't be popping if we drop in. Got my stilo like a chili cheese Frito, smoking Greedo, cause the weed I enjoy's not just green though. Yo, bang bang, drumming on them trash cans. Wake 'em up, feng shui, move 'em all around. Yeah, shake 'em up, new slang. We all used to hang down at the corner store. Clap clap, you so dramatic, who that performance for? Smoking a blunt, never be popping a pill, never be talking a copper still. When I rock 'em, sock 'em, drop 'em drills. Real still be copping fills, cleaning up mopping, trying to make honest steals. I'm on the real, trying to be drifting golden grills. With ice cubes make them cold as steel. Game in my palm, ain't no way I'll ever drop that. Beeswax dripping on the road, it's how we top that. Lane never crowded when you move, how I boss act. Flame in my verse, turn a whisper to a jaw crack. Game in my palm, ain't no way I'll ever drop that. Beeswax dripping on the road, it's how we top that. Built from the grid, every scar got a call back. Game in my veins, no shame, just a raw track.
In my palm, ain't no way I'll ever drop that. Big stains dripping on the road, you can mop that. Game in my palm, ain't no way I'll ever drop that. Big stains dripping on the road, you can mop that.
Right, that was Game in My Palm by M Theory. Different type of production than I would normally imagine him on. A little bit more funky and new age-ish, but I think he did his thing on it. Still has his West Coast Sacramento sound on it. Very upbeat. I like this. I'd say maybe some of the highlights are a little bit high volume wise, but I think overall the track still works. The only thing I would really criticize a little bit is this guy's got a pair of lungs on him. So sometimes he takes those deep breaths in between words, and that can be a little bit distracting, but I think overall the track still works. I give it an 8.
Yeah, I thought that this was a fun track. I thought that I wasn't expecting it. It came in and I was like, oh, it's just bounce, like hanging out, bopping around. I like the low dubs and the voice, like the low voice. I do feel like the one thing on the mix about a minute 30-ish in, I start hearing a little bit higher sibilances and plosives, so maybe go back through and comb through that before you release it. But overall, I think this is a fun vibe. I'm at an 8. I think that this is it's good. It's catchy.
Wait, would you give it an 8?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a different sound. I like that he did something that I would have never expected this from him.
I love that you have to like go all the way.
I know.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I really liked this. I think it reminded me of the Tech Nine song "That Box," where it has that like breathy, like beatboxy part of the beat. This like punched you in the face right at the get-go. and just never stopped. You know, the energy was just peaking the whole time. I think he sounded great on this. You know, I think this was just a fun track. I'm gonna give it a 9. I liked it.
Word. Shout out M3. Next up, Nax Beats. Made today. That's all I got.
Stupid name.
This is not trap.
Nax on the beat.
Nax on the beat. Nax on the beat. Sounds like some horrorcore rapper could take this and write about murders.
Like murder.
Who's your favorite murder?
Murder.
Nax on the beat. Nax on the beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get it.
We get it. We got it. We're good.
Yeah.
We're okay.
We're all right. Everything's gonna be all right.
Fine.
We have much life to live still. Look, this was I would say pretty good. I think this is a pretty good beat. If I think that like at times it felt a little repetitive and a little like, I don't want to say generic, but like it felt like you've heard this before, you know, like the sounds were good. The drums were good. The vibe was creepy, spooky, as I'm sure you intended. I think this fits very well within, you know, kind of the horrorcore genre or like trap. I think you could kind of take it either way. At the same time, it kind of feels like something I've heard before, and like it, just listening to the beat alone, you did need kind of some vocals just to keep it a little more fresh. Not a bad beat. 8.
Yeah, I think this would be something that like DV would sound good on because he's got high energy and it's very spacious where it's not colliding with the vocals. The one thing that I would say that would add to this as a production is before you like transition into like the hook section or a different section is bring in like some sort of piano, like some sort of counter melody, like the bar before you transition into a section, like stuff like that I hear in like Kenny and Noir's production where it's like, okay, I know this section is about this change, but then you kind of like lead into that section with some other enhancing sound. So I think that would go a long way because this doesn't have a lot going on and it wouldn't crowd the space. But I give it an 8 as well. I think it's a solid piece.
Yeah, I think that it's good overall too. I do feel like, you know, overall, I feel like the variety of the sound itself is, it just could have a little bit more variety and dynamic to it. You know, maybe a little bit more build and such. I do feel like it's, you know, that anxiety type beat. You're like, oh, when's this shoe gonna drop? What's around the corner? But I do feel like it does get a little bit loopy. So maybe just a little bit more variety throughout it, maybe even with the different dynamics, texture, layering, stuff like that. But I like this overall. I'm at a 7.
All right, last up for the night, Damiano. This isn't finished yet. Still want to know what we think. Here's OMG. think we got it there. That was OMG by Damiano. What'd you think?
I'll just say really quickly, the doodaloo drove me fucking nuts. Fucking nuts. I mean, it made sense at first, and then it became my waking nightmare. I think taking it off altogether wouldn't hurt, but if you just did it strategically, small portions, use that very sparingly. That's the fucking hot sauce. You want a little bit, but don't unscrew the cap and just oops. The only other thing I'd say is the snare part. Like right now you have kind of this industrial, like Killer Instinct. That sounds cool. I love the drums. I love the choices. Yeah, if you want to send a tip, we can still get to another song. This was the last one in the queue, but we got you if you want to send another tip. But yeah, for this one, I would just say adding a snare on top of what you have, which has a lower sound and kind of some reverb. I think that would really crush for your drum pattern. Those were kind of my two suggestions. Otherwise, I'm not mad at this. I think this is pretty decent. It's 7.5.
I thought this was okay. The one thing that drove me crazy about this was the hi-hats. And I think it's just because it had so much reverb on it. It felt like a crash that was just used as a hi-hat. So I could see that being lessened because it just felt too much. The only other thing I would say, it just feels, it kind of has a very basic feel to it overall, but I think that the arrangement and the composition is still decent. So I'm at a 6.5. I think that's really the only thing that I would point out is just the hi-hats really stood out to me.
Yeah, I feel like it was a little bit loopy for me. I feel like it had like a video game, Ready Player One type vibe. I feel like the organs need a little bit of a change up before you have the background changing up when the horns change there. So I would definitely look into maybe melodic changes and variation to keep it a little bit more interesting rather than having a lot of different things going on to try to keep interest. I'm at a 6.5.
All right. Well, Nephew For Real has returned. He's got a track that I've heard, but you all haven't. This one is called Save Me. So let's let young Nephew know what we think about this.
This life and ain't no one complaining. Shit happens and you cannot change. Take it all and you gotta embrace them. All the problems you just gotta live with them. I've been posted up in the field at the corner store, throwing stomps like a quarterback. For real. Whipping birds in the kitchen is chirping. I've been stepping on shit, know it's hurting. Haters talking and sounding like cursing. Probably heard of me cause I done served you. Big body, I'm whipping Suburbans. In my lane, I ain't trying to be swerving. Catch your body and say I ain't heard it. Real. Super serving, now I'm complete. Got a bad bitch, she rubbing my feet. I just bought her a new pair of teeth. For the streets, so I know I can't keep. Cause this game ain't built for the weak. I'm the shepherd ahead of the sheep. Every day I'll keep feeding these streets. Real. Ice on my wrist, bought a brand new pad. Had to cut her off, cause the bitch kept bragging. Too much tension with all this stuff. Every day something else, man, I say so tragic. Blowing up my phone when I'm driving in the trash. Trying to make me appear like a nigga do magic. I've been throwing shit out like it don't even matter. I got more shit to eat, that's on my platter. GBG, man, I leave him deceased. Say they game, but they don't want no beef. Say they street, but they really ain't street. How you know many secrets I keep? I can see all the lies through your teeth. Watching off from behind and I peek. Keep one eye open when I be asleep. This life and ain't no one complaining. Shit happens and you cannot change. Take it all and you gotta embrace them. All the problems, you just gotta live with them. I've been posted up in the field at the corner store, throwing stomps like a quarterback. For real. Whipping birds in the kitchen is chirping. I've been stepping on shit, know it's hurting. Haters talking and sounding like cursing. Probably heard of me cause I done served you. Big body, I'm whipping Suburbans. In my lane, I ain't trying to be swerving. Catch your body and say I ain't heard it. Real.
Right, that was Nephew For Real with Save Me. Nikki, what'd you think?
I thought it was good overall. I thought this was nice, catchy. You had good harmonies and background vocals in it. Good layering throughout it. I feel like your vocal didn't sound too modulated. It was nice and authentic. I would say, overall this was fun. I liked it. I thought that it was chill. I'll give it an 8. I thought this was good.
Yeah, I liked it too. I think, you've got a really dope style. I think you sound good over beats. You kind of have an ear for what melodies are going to work. The confidence in the delivery, the harmonizing, like it all works together. For me, like I wasn't a huge fan of the beat. I like what you did with it, but like just in general, like I know it's more of a new age style, like cloud rap, whatever. Sure. Just the synths and the pads just got to be kind of a lot over time. But overall, you crushed it. So I'll just give you an objective 9.
Shout out Nephew. Nephew is super talented, man. I don't know where the hell you came from, but you always have something interesting in your magical pockets, I would say.
Magical pockets.
Got Neff over there.
Magic pockets.
Real.
Kooky Lauren, that was actually the last song he tipped in order to get that played. So you're in the queue for our Sunday show. So we'll be streaming early Sunday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Father's Day.
Is it?
If you do want us to play it tonight,
Dice.
feel free to tip.
Yeah, if you did really want us to play right now, then you could tip or gift a sub or subscribe yourself. Otherwise, we are going to close out this show.
Make sure you vote in the Song League.
Yeah, vote in the Song League. Nephew, I mean, you can vote in the Song League too. You can go check out some songs, but got lots of cool tracks coming in this round. 2 more days left to vote, and then the new criteria will go up very, very, very early Saturday. Don't know what I'm going to do yet, but it should be fun. Anything else? No.
My new single dropped, Flow Fury, available on all platforms.
There you
featuring the late great Chino XL. I never plug myself, but let's plug, baby.
Yeah, plug it in. All right, well, we're going to get out of here. Appreciate everybody for hanging out. Shout out to Casanova, DV, Nephew, Catalyst. I always forget his fucking name.
Good old, what's his name over there?
Why?
Noir.
I don't know. I feel like I'm going to get his name mixed up with somebody else, even though I distinctly know who he is. But yeah, shout out to everybody who tipped and gifted subs tonight and other people who just hung out just for the love of the game, like Ray stands. We'll be back on Sunday morning and then next Wednesday. So see you guys on the flip side. Adios.
For real.